Welcome to Snowmobile Sessions Live on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms. We're the #1 destination to learn about snowmobiling, network with other sledders, and have an awesome time doing it. We'll meet other snowmobilers that share your passion and show your fan photos along the way. Snowmobile Sessions Live. Enjoy the ride.
It's a journey for life and I'm your ride. Hang on.
This episode of Snowmobile Sessions Live is brought to you by Energy Powersports. They're Oakville's full-line BRP dealer with sales and service to all BRP models and so much more. They let me take a Lynx out and it rocks, so you better put your order in now. And also, we have to thank our super fans from last week. It was quiet for a few weeks, but Dustin Ingram come out of the hole shooting with a boondocker status. We have Ditch Banger, Zap Swagger, Corey Brock, Tony Cat, and Power Mods even got in on the fun. And boondocker, we have Bruce Stewart, Jesse Buckman, and I even mentioned Dustin Ingram already before. Thanks so much, guys. We love it. We really appreciate it. And love the support you guys are giving us both during the show and on the trail. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cheers, boys.
Appreciate it, fans. Cheers.
Cheers, Rich.
How am I sounding still? Am I still sounding screwed up?
No,
yeah, Bobby might. I can still hear you echo, but that could be just me. Who knows? But hey, listen, the driving up, somebody's put a message on one of my YouTube videos saying, "Hey, that's us in the Jag behind you. What's up, boys?"
Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
you want to know a funnier story? My buddy George that bought my 800 Renegade, and he's actually since sold it. Excuse me, already to Furry. Got the beer burps already. It's just early in the night too. But we're driving up, and I'm driving along. I see this truck driving along, and George sold all his stuff, trailer, 2 sleds, the whole shebang. He's getting out of. He bought an old Ford pickup. He wanted a summer toy, blah blah blah. So we're driving up, and I see this trailer, and it's got his buddy's garage's upper gauge garage sticker on the back, which incidentally I printed. And then I walk up, I drive up to beside it, and I'm saying to Drew, upper gauge garage, and I see there's one on the cab of this Power Wagon ripping down the road, and I go, "That's Jamie, man, from Upper Gauge Garage." And I pull up beside him, and George is in the passenger seat. Like, we're on the 400, we're hours from home, and these two guys, we just managed to pass in the night. So I phoned him, and we chatted the whole way up in the cell, laughing our asses off. So, oh geez, it was funny. But yeah, small world. So then they go to Perry Sound, and they're sitting in the pub that night, and George has got his Mudbrats shirt on, and he's sitting in the pub, and he's going, there's a welcome sign with a snowmobiler ripping, right? And he's just giving her, and it says welcome, and you hang it on your cottage or whatever. Well, I helped the guy do the artwork on it years ago. So they're sitting there, they're looking at the wall, and they're going like, that sign, like that's the same one. They're telling the bartender, my buddy Gary worked on, and we know the guy that did it, and I've got one, and Jamie's got one, and Gary's got one, and the guy's going, I don't know if it's the same sign or not. And then he looks down at George's shirt, and he goes, Mudbrats, like, you know Gary? And they go, yeah, he's a buddy of mine, and it's Ryan Tarrant, Random Ryan, and
Jesus,
he was the guy they were talking to. So it was pretty funny. I know, isn't it crazy? All in one night. Hey, listen,
Bobby,
we got something here.
Yeah, look at this.
Child.
Jesus.
Yeah.
When Bobby saw
Mountain man, he misses winter already. Love
Heck
it.
yeah. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, right on. That's a good way to open up the show.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So no, it's kind of awesome how what goes around comes around, and away you go. So yeah.
Absolutely.
But, who we got in the house here? We got Dominator 286, Matthew Nicholson, Dustin Ingram, of course he's here. We've got Philly L, Michigan. Hold on. I want to draw on that one. Oh, goes. Odie the sledding car guy. Let's go, Gary. You're always late, even on rides. I wasn't late on the weekend. Corey will tell you different, though. Corey Brock's in the house. We didn't get to hook up this weekend, but maybe soon. Sled Addicts as well. There was near misses there, running into them. We didn't actually end up going to the ice caves at all. We're still on boycott with the ice caves. Yeah, Matthew Nicholson. We got on David Evans. We got Jacob Harney, another outlaw. J Fly Low, Kalu Sleds, Jay Caraco 22, Odin's Child, of course. Rob Overholt. They're all in the house tonight. That's awesome. Yeah. So did you get out riding this weekend there, Bobby?
I did, yeah. Had plans to ride Saturday and Sunday, but we ended up just riding on Saturday. But got 85 miles on, so not bad for end of the season. It's tough. It's like the beginning. You can't really go anywhere, but we got some good miles on, and then the new open house was at Dakers, which you guys have heard about quite a few times. So I got all the new skidoos, the new sleds, talked to some people. So it was a lot of fun.
That's cool. That's cool.
You guys.
And Rich, did you end up getting riding?
No, I didn't, unfortunately. So, well, I was hoping to go to Cochrane on Thursday, but that's up in the air right now. My buddy's actually negotiating selling his sled right now. So if he sells his sled, then we're not going. And then the mild weather. So, yeah, we're going to go from Thursday till next Tuesday. And it's supposed to get cold again, but rain and 9 degrees up there. So that's 8.5 hours north. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Could possibly happen. If not, my season could be over. And I got about 2,800 kilometers under my belt. So, not too bad considering, right? Everything.
Oh, for sure. We did like almost 650-ish kilometers on the weekend. So
nice.
It was kind of
That's
cool.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good. And all the new sleds out there. Gary, you got to ride the Lynx. We've seen Bobby's video. So
I couldn't let Bobby to have all the glory on it. You know how much I had to beg Energy Powersports for it? No, I got a shout out to John Luke. He was awesome. I just said, you know what? He had a Lynx, and he said, "Come on down when we unbox it," kind of thing, and have a look at this. And I went, "Yeah, for sure." And then we didn't get down there. They had actually put it together, and he said, "Let's get it out on the trail. Let's ride." And perfect. I go, "When?" And he goes, "Whenever you want." And I said, "How about Wednesday?" And he goes, That's perfect. So I got Corey, I got Furry together because I thought get Corey's perspective and Furry's. Furry's a mountain guy, right? Sure. He does a lot of backcountry, and he's a mechanic, and he's a licensed BRP mechanic. And then Corey is bar none the most aggressive trail rider that I've ever ridden with, bar none. I don't care. You guys can say whatever, talk smack, but that guy can rock. So I thought he's got to be there. To really put it through, because who am I? I'm just a guy with a freaking 10-year-old sled that has really no educated opinion on it compared to what new ones are. But John Luke was great. He brought us out a brand new XRS with the R Motion X on it, and fully loaded. It's got everything on it, so we got to compare them back to back. And Corey and I even set them up and drag raced them too. So that was kind of fun. So yeah. But it's an 850.
How did that Lynx do out of the hole in mid-range? Did it take the XRS? Yeah.
You can't get control of it, Rich.
Yeah.
You just
That's too bad.
Yeah. When we finally could get them both, like either or, right? Yeah. When you could finally get the Lynx to get control, they were dead even. But the Lynx stands and it just walks out. Like, I think a better track may be the answer, or the conditions, right? Like,
yeah, for sure.
On a lake on the snow we had on the weekend, I would have loved to rode the Lynx, right? Like it would have been awesome to have it. The trail ride we did around our area was kind of beat up. The lakes were garbage. They were slushed and then they refroze. So they were like a skating rink with bumps everywhere. So the Lynx would have been good. Really, an XRS would have been awesome there. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it would have been neat to try the Lynx in those type of conditions as a comparison. So I really didn't get much seat time on it. Corey spent a lot of time on it. Furry had a little bit of time on it. So it was kind of cool.
Right on. Well, that's good. I think they're going to sell a lot of those. I think they are. I really do.
They already have.
People that don't understand them or don't realize what an uncoupled does won't understand. It's about being fun. Like people are saying it's not a trail sled. Of course it's not a trail sled, but it's fun to ride on the trails. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, it's the assault, right? Like it's the same thing you're dealing with from the assault perspective, right?
Yeah, it's the fun factor.
Yeah.
So
my thing is like as long as people understand it, like the assault people don't go out and buy it in masses. You know what I mean? This year maybe they bought the Polaris Matrix in masses, but they don't necessarily go out and buy assault in masses. I think the Lynx is going to be bought in masses. So the numbers I'm hearing is really good sales wise. But my fear is someone's going to be coming around the corner with the skis in the air right at you. Right.
It takes some getting used to, but once you get used to it, you know how it handles going into the corner and coming out of the corner. But yes, you're right. The initial, if someone's never ridden an uncoupled rear suspension, it's completely different going in and out of the corners. But you do adjust to it rather quickly, and it's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, dude, like I totally get what you're saying. It's a hell. I love to drive your assault because it's a blast, man. It totally is.
They're good fun.
So
they are fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's good. Well, that was an amazing video, man. You did a spot on job with that. I honestly thought it was a commercial. Seriously, you did a good job. That was really
actually good, one of the comments is like, "That's the longest Energy Powersports commercial I've ever seen."
That was good. That's
what you know. What shout out to the guy, man. He pulled out all the stops. Like, how many dealers can back us? Like, I'm talking me, you, and Bobby. And they back the show every week, and they're there for you, whatever you need. And they've been great to the people I've sent them. So it's like, and truly is like Corey, he just caught me off guard when he's sitting on the seat and says, "I got to thank," and he goes, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it was just a love fest there. I cut a lot of that out, but I thought, you know what, there's a good customer review from the guy that started with them from day one, and he's still dealing with them today. So that says a lot, right?
No, for sure. No, he's a good guy and a good dealer. So
good. So that is
awesome.
It's really good. But Bobby's gone. I don't know whether he's going to come back. Well, did he text you, Rich?
He was trying to reboot. He was having echo issues and stuff. He'll be back. He's just trying to get his computer spot on. So, but it seems to be that everyone around pretty much is done for the season, I think. But like, what was it like up north, Gary? I heard it was really busy, and then, tomorrow's going to be, I think Wednesday, Thursday's 12 degrees. So that's double digits, man.
Rain, and they don't have any base up there, so it was actually good. We drove in, and I've never seen so I usually work this weekend. So I've got an event in Windsor that I usually go down. So every year I miss this weekend. We go up for March break, so there usually is good March break, and March break's usually still melting and stuff. Right. But we drove in, I'm going, oh, Drew, like the snow was hard. It was like there was no snow on the roads. It was bare pavement. And I'm going like, I've never seen it like this, right? Like it looked like the snow had not snowed in a week and it just shrunk back, right? Yep. So, we're driving in, and then we hit the trails and went, you know what? This isn't that bad. Like, it's been groomed a few days ago, and it's not whooped out. Like, I rode a lot worse this year. And then Sunday we went to Perry Sound. It was really good. Like, it was quite good. So but they say they're supposed to get dumping of snow next week. So I'm not calling it the end of the season yet, but I'm happy if the actual season ended. I bought that 50 edition with 9,300 kilometers, and it's 3 seasons, and the clicker is at 16,000 right now.
Good, man. Very good. Yeah.
And I've rode my sled more than I've rode that. Like,
right on.
So because Drew's missed a few rides with me and my buddies and stuff, right? So it's Sled Addicts has 4 feet of snow in the bush up in Kearney. Most he's seen all year.
I rode up with Nuns the following the Thursday before I went up to Sudbury, and it was amazing, man. Like the trails were awesome. We left Port Sydney and went up through via Huntsville and then back around, and the trails were amazing. And then after we did that night, I whipped up to Sudbury and rode up there went up to Shining Tree. It was really nice. They got a lot of snow up there. Well, not so much actually in Sudbury, but apparently Cochrane does. Apparently Cochrane still got a ton of snow. So we shall see. And like you said, if it's over,
horses
then it's over. So be it, right? And you know what?
Exactly.
I'll either get a good deal on my sled or still ride it next year, one or the other.
That's right.
I said that to Bobby. I was texting. I got 4 different iterations of the XCR in different color formats, all laid out, and I sent them all to the dealer and just see what happens. But
yeah.
And Bobby, you're probably going to be disappointed. No, I only got 20. I'm shy of 2,800 kilometers, so it's brand new.
That's
so
a shame.
Either way, but you know what? The sleds are holding their value really well. So if I sell it, I sell it. And like I said, Nunn's just sold his, and my buddy Colt, he's got 3 guys interested lined up in his right now. So
tell Colt when they sells it to the one of the other 2 will buy yours.
Well, that's what I said to him. I said, listen, if they're still interested, send them my way. So, and I put it on Kijiji, but it's being delayed. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So.
Oh, that's strange, eh? So it must have been that when I said block this ad, it must be working.
Yeah. So we shall see.
I put Drew's on Kijiji on Friday and just one shitty picture, like 2 pictures, I think, or 3 pictures, but I got to get more pictures of it tomorrow.
Right on.
So we'll see. I've got a few people kicking tires, sniffing around, but
you'll get some
I don't
people
care
interested.
if it sells, it sells.
And that's what I'm looking at too. That's what I'm going to do too. We'll see what happens. And if it does, it does.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know what to do next year. And if I don't sell it, I'll just ride them again for another year.
Absolutely.
Who cares? But we'll see what happens.
Yep.
So how do I sound?
So anyway, let's
I'm scared to ask. Do I still
sound good, Bobby? Much better now, bud.
Thank God.
There you go. Yeah, you're back to normal, pal.
Had to restart the computer, but
I'm glad. Let's do some fan photos, okay, boys?
Let's do it.
This is we were waiting for you to come back. We were just shooting a breeze here, and
appreciate it, guys.
So, okay, no, let's do this. Can we get in there? There we go.
Later, nice.
All right. Yeah. You see, we got a lot of pictures here. So
lime squeeze sticking out like a sore thumb, eh?
Oh yeah.
You like that, eh?
Oh yeah.
He's got a lot of good army there.
Oh yeah,
right
good
there.
representation there. Some cats.
He sent these last week when Power Mods is on. And again, thanks Louis Skibo from Power Mods. That was freaking so fun, man. That was so fun.
That's good.
So I'm glad he joined us. What a blast. What a great guy. I've talked to him at shows and stuff, and he's just a great guy. I mean, he's got a lot of stuff on his plate. He just worked a 24-hour shift or whatever. So doing this show was probably the last thing on his mind. So it was great. So anyway, Dominator sent this when during the show, but it was after we were winding it down. So he says, sorry for the late entry. He just got home from a long weekend in Boulder Junction, Wisconsin. Thursday night, we rode to dinner on average trails. Friday, it started to melt. And Saturday, we went totally on half snert and the other half down to dirt. So Mark Bowe was probably out with him that day. And then follow Mark Bowe on YouTube and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Sunday, they got 12 inches of good snow and rode the best trails he's ever ridden. There were no moguls, so when I was riding freshly groomed trails, it was glass. Now I know why people always want to be first on the trails early in the season when they open. Oh, absolutely. So he says we're going to go through here. So this is Friday on snert. That's actually not horrible. It looks a little thin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that trail on the right there behind me. Is just nasty. You know, you're running for new sliders after that's over. And then this is his Saturday when it started to get better snow. But yeah.
Yeah, it seems a little bit more.
And he blew a belt doing wheelies, he said.
Oh.
Look at the shrapnel.
Look at the sheave.
there.
Look how black the sheave is.
Yeah, exactly. He burnt it right off. There's chunks below on the picture you can't see that just big square chunks of belt like everywhere. As long as you pick those up, boys, it's all good, right?
Oh yeah.
And look at that snow. So this is when the weekend started turning around for him.
Nice.
Actually, this is the following weekend. Sorry, I should have wrote that down. He was somewhere else the following weekend.
Okay.
Let me just grab it here. I'll be able to look it up. Put a caption. So that swan image was the Claire de Lune, Mercer, Michigan.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I should know it's a loon, of course. So this is St. Germain. This is St. Germain, Wisconsin that we're looking at here.
Right on.
Yeah, that picture and the other one. Look at that. That's good snow. I don't care who you are. That's great snow. And then he loved this
there's
photo.
a throwback.
He found this. Isn't that awesome?
That bad boy. That's circa 70s for sure.
That's right. That's the Blizzard freaking. That's got to be like 70.
Yeah, it is. Orange, white, and yellow. It is the Blizzard logo. Yeah.
We seen a Blizzard on the weekend, a new one, a Gen 4, like what Mark Bowe has.
Right.
And the guy, so it's different. It's yellow, light orange, and then dark orange, right?
Oh.
So the guy had on the stripes. So the guy had the left ski hoop yellow, the belly pan was the light orange, and the right ski hoop was dark orange.
That's cool. Wow.
It was so cool. And I mean, it would take someone that color-wise to notice. And it's like, yeah, that guy, he did it right, man. That's not an accident. He color-coded that perfectly. Yeah. It's so cool.
That is
cool. Oh, wrong one. Don Ham said snow day. So there's still snow happening out there.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently so, yeah.
He didn't say where he was from, but look at that. There's 2 sleds there, and they're just the ones that do in the back. That looks like a cat or something in the front, is it? You can't even recognize what the sleds are.
Hard to tell. Yeah, just covered in snow.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're just so covered in snow. You can't even tell. And I love it when it's hanging in the trees. That's the other thing. Driving up north all year's been snow in the trees, not a speck of snow. Yeah, it was very sad. So Daniel Raymaker. Yeah, isn't that nice? He says
late 90s,
hey,
early
guys.
2000.
Yeah, you'd be right on that for sure.
Yeah.
He says, I really enjoy your show. I'm from Algoma, Wisconsin, west shore of Lake Michigan. I've been up to the gay bar on many years of riding the trails of Wisconsin, Bruce's Crossing Eagle River area. Crossing River area. I'd love to join you guys on your live show. My sled just turned 10,300 miles this year. I've owned this sled from day one. Spring ordered it. He enjoys the photos from Polaris Dan, and he gives us a fist bump, boys.
Look at how clean that is. Obviously,
That's a beauty.
Daniel looks after it. Look at it. It's brand new, man. He's got 20,000 kilometers on it. Yeah. Or miles. Did he say miles?
No, 10,300 miles. So that's like 16,000 K. 17,000 K.
And look at that. You could eat off it. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Isn't that wild? Even the belt shroud, right?
Look at the pipe and even the hoses. You can tell that when the hoses are clean like that, that's someone that's cleaning it every time they ride. Very nice.
Yeah, he takes care of it for sure.
Beautiful sled. And awesome that he was the first owner too, right? Like he snow checked it, and then that's awesome.
And kept it. Yeah, I love it. That's cleaner. If you took both my 09s and you made one clean sled out of them, that's miles cleaner than most. Miles cleaner. Dan the Bratman Robinson, he sent us a video. Can you hear that?
Oh yeah, perfect.
He says having fun on the 500 SS.
Wow, putting her to work.
Yeah.
Can on that. Nice.
He does a lot of back off trail riding in the Huntsville area. That looks like a great spot. But so he's the guy with the sticker bombed Summit or whatever it is, the long track Rev. Nice. I think it's a Summit. And anyway, I dropped him off a pack of stickers to Russell Road there on Saturday. I missed him, but I just gave it to them and said, make sure you give this to Dan Robinson. And he sent me a text and said he'd send us pictures for the show once he installs them. So
right on.
I gave him a good random mix of Decnals, so it should be good. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. It was in the back of his truck on Friday when we drove up, But when we went to the gas bar, that he was already gone. So
You see it, yeah,
it would have been
right on.
neat. I would have slapped them on myself, even installed, took pictures for you guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Ryan Dion. Hold
Nice.
on. Dry eyes, man. Some photos of my sled group and me pulling a wheelie. Hopefully, you didn't lose any belts like Dominator did. There's a good bunch of boys on the ice fishing huts.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, right on.
And we got, you know how much I love bridges, right?
Cool.
This
Where's
is
that?
Tad Hershey.
Quebec.
Moto Fist Louis. Moto. Great chat last night with Moto Fist Louis. Oh, sorry. He's talking about Moto Fist Louis Skibo. Here are a few pictures from a key. You know how to say it. Keweenaw Peninsula trip last week. Sorry, guys. Dominator's gonna be freaking rolling because he told me how to say this word already. Dominator 286 did. Come on, spell it out for me, Dominator. He's in the chat. It's they rode over 800 miles in 4 days and covered just about every open trail on the peninsula. Keweenaw. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Michigan Outlaws says they're hoping to make it there this season, but there's not much snow left. He says the first pictures from Houghton, Michigan, getting ready to cross the Portage River lift bridge over to Hancock, Michigan. Such a cool bridge. Cars on top deck, snowmobiles on the lower deck in that blue area.
That's awesome.
Dude, that would be awesome.
That would be cool. Someone's got to get a picture of that.
Oh, or a video.
that.
If there's video there, I'd love to see that, man.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Anybody's got a GoPro video of that, send it to me, man.
Yeah.
The second picture is the Brockway Mountain overlooking Copper Harbor. Lake Superior is wide open and ready to deliver some great March lake effect snow in Ontario. Oh, yeah, that's right, too. It'll blow right over that. And then the third picture, there he is, looking sexy. He's at High Rock, the northeastern tip of the Keweenaw Peninsula. And look at that. It looks like he's on an iceberg, for crying out loud.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the fourth picture is from Greenland, Michigan, with a beautiful sunset and a full moon. Did I crop out the moon? I must have cropped the moon out. I'm sorry, Tad.
Yeah, the picture looks cool, though.
My
Nice
buddy's
sunset.
10 Nitro. Yeah, it's a 2010 Nitro and an XTX turned 20,000 miles on this trip, and his 19 XRS 850 is about to turn 8,000 miles.
Nice.
Getting his money's worth.
Right.
That's wild. Hey, that's what you got to do, man. Ride them. I actually was following an 850 group. I think it's 850's owners group on Facebook, and the guys were saying like they're getting like 18,000 miles out of these 850s.
Wow.
The new motors, the technology in them's good, man. Like people are saying, oh, after 10 they're toast. They're not. They're not like the old 800 big blocks 20 years ago, right? So.
Oh yeah, for sure, or even less, even 5 years ago, 6 years ago, the 800D Tech. Yeah. So, but so that's cool.
Nice hearing that.
It is for sure. Oh yeah, like I always look, and especially now looking at used sleds and stuff. For me, it's like, what do these go for? What is a 600R? How long does it last? That type of thing, and you know, like you can't go wrong with a 600R, but the 850s, it's like, man, I kind of want an 850. Corey says, Corey says, I think you want an 850 too, but we'll see. Yep. I'll take an 853, but yeah. Jason Lapointe says, I got out for a rip with some great guys from all over Ontario. Nice 10 rider group. Shout out to Adam at BYR, and thank you for the stickers, Gary. So that's right. This guy sled right here. So I was taking Roscoe in to get the belly pan riveted on, and I'm driving in the driveway, and they were unloading sleds in the driveway, and they're looking and they're pointing as I'm going by, and my headlights off. My Speedo and everything was hanging off the side. Roscoe looked like he'd just been in an accident, and it's like, because I had the whole thing apart trying to fix it, and I went, I'll just take it to Adam, get him to throw a couple rivets in and be done. And then I went in the shop, and Adam was outside talking to the guy about the sled. I think he had the clutch fixed on it. It was all pitted and everything. And Adam's like, Porter, get your ass out here. And I go, what? And they go, Mudbrats, we're fans. We listen to your show and blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh my God. And they were from far away. Nice. So it's like, and Adam and I were just talking about social media and does it work or doesn't it work? And here we go. We got these guys coming all the way from Snowmobile Sessions or Mudbrats videos to see Adam and get work done on their sled. So we laughed, after they left, we laughed our ass off because it's just such a small world. We had just been talking about it minutes before, and I went home, grabbed my sled, and come back, and they were there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But
absolutely,
yeah, it's a great looking wrap on there. So he's got there's a backyard rec sticker right by his license number there. So I don't know where he put the I don't know where he put the Mudbrat sticker, but he's probably sitting on it maybe. But it's a great wrap. It's a good looking XS he's got there. Look at that group. It's awesome.
Right on.
But no, we appreciate you coming to BYR, Backyard Recreation and Air, and yeah, Adam, thanks you for the business, and I thank you for being a fan and supporting the show and telling the people, like even Energy Powersports, if you call him or call them, make sure you tell them you're coming from our show, because they, it's good to hear that, and they know that their support's not gone unwavered either. So, but yeah, I don't know where that is, but that's tons of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like that a couple of weeks ago too, right? So
yeah.
Up until this week is when it took a beating.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
nice,
let's
Tack
bring
Fest. Nice.
Let's bring John Luke in. John Luke, your ears must be burning.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm
Cheers,
awesome.
buddy.
I'm tired, but I'm good. Yeah. Cheers.
Very good.
Has it been a busy day for you?
It's been an insane weekend. We had, so I think on Saturday we sold 14 units. Today we sold 11.
Nice.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Right on.
I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah. It's been crazy. The spring orders are really, really hot. I'm really impressed. I hear some dealers already are capped out. They just have tapped the number they submitted to BRP. And so for us, we still have a very good number to sell still, because I've asked for a good number of sleds for next year. But yeah, so some of these guys, they're already tapped. They're done for the year. So everything that's going to come in is already sold for them.
Wow.
That's crazy. That is insane. Anyway, we'll talk about that more in a bit. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So yeah, it's perfect timing actually, because there's some fan love for you. So I'm glad.
Right.
This is just totally coincidental you come in here. So this is Jason Lapointe. Let me just grab my notes here. Oh no, this is Billy. Sorry, this isn't Jason.
I love it, man.
Yeah, he says
Thunder Bay
Billy
dinner
says,
jacket, Tech Vest.
I know. Isn't that awesome? I'd wear that on the outside of my gear for sure.
Yeah, man.
So Billy says he ordered a Tech Vest from because of the show, took up the special offer for a free custom design and had to show it off. This one's a Trailmaster model. He says, thanks, guys. Yeah, so that's great. Free custom design.
Awesome.
And yeah,
looks like a lumberjack. That's cool.
That would fit perfect with the free ride.
Right.
It would, wouldn't it? The free ride seat. I wonder if he has a free ride. Maybe Billy owns one and it would match the seat perfectly.
Oh, yeah, could be. Could be.
Yeah, I love it.
That's cool.
All right. So Rob over. See, perfect timing. So Rob Overholt says, yeah. And Rob Overholt says, listen to this, buddy. Well, I probably should have went here first. I ordered parts from my local dealer and have been waiting a month. I called Energy Powersports at 2:30 Saturday afternoon, and they had 3 of what I needed in stock. So I made the drive from Fort Erie to Oakville. How far is that, John Luke?
It's a little ways away. I know which dealer he's probably referring to.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. But isn't that 3 hours?
It's a good 2.5. Yeah, I would think. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's great.
To get my parts. Thank you, Gary, for having them on the show. No, thank you, Energy
I appreciate it,
Powersports.
Rob.
Yeah, thank you, Energy Powersports, for making this show happen. And they are now my go-to dealer, even though it's he says it's only 1 hour from them. So it must be an hour and a half.
I guess it depends if you're trailering anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy love from our fans. So see, that's what I mean is make sure you'd let not only us know, but let Energy Powersports know where you heard of him from. I'm sure he probably did. And he sent me a picture of Brad's card there. So
yeah, actually, Rob, just he left us a Google review, which I appreciate. So thank you if he's watching right now. Really, really appreciate it. It goes a long way. And I also want to say, it's a special time right now. It's especially difficult to get parts. So I'm glad we had them for him for sure. It's not easy for us or for other dealers. There's been some times where we have been unable to secure parts. I'll tell you one part that we cannot get our hands on. We just received 6 today, but it's a little too late, unfortunately. But the 2-up seats for sleds to make, for example, an MXZ or Renegade a 2-up, those were on back order forever. And we were lucky enough today to receive 6. But it's not that we don't want to get the parts. Sometimes it's just some challenges. COVID certainly has created a lot of challenges around that. But we appreciate him coming all over, and we do ship as well, Rob. So the next time, maybe instead of taking the ride, although we'd love to see you, we can ship it to you as well.
I was just going to say that. I was going to say you don't have to make the drive if you've got time. Maybe he couldn't wait, but I had a tour of Energy Powersports, and their shipping department is like Amazon, man. Like they've got a buzz of people, computers set up, they're boxing, they're packing, they got racks of shelving with all the orders going out. It's so well organized. Nice. Like you could order for them and not worry about not getting your part. It's amazing. So
appreciate it.
No, but thank you. Mark Bowe says, YouTuber Mark Bowe says, great sales on right now at Energy. He got oil for a great price. So there you go.
Very good.
And I'm out of if I have to ride one more ride, I got to buy oil. So I'll be in there for sure.
Well, I hope you will, Gary. We still have the demos you got to take out.
Oh,
you got
to. I don't need to put. I don't put oil in those, do I?
No, you don't. They'll be full before you leave.
You want to make sure of that, right?
Yeah.
You know what? And that was great. We're going to talk about that Lynx ride, but that was such a fun day. We already talked a bit about it. If you missed that, you're probably driving home at that point. But it was a blast. But yeah, we're going to keep going here though. But that's it. Enough about you, John Luke. This is Snowmobile Sessions. This isn't
right.
Energy Sessions. Odie, the sled and car guy. We had an awesome weekend, man. We did. Where's his notes here? Oh man, here I got to open them up because he did send me a little love. Where's his new one? Last ride of the year. He says some photos from Sunday's ride with Gary from Mudbrats and his son Drew and Mike K. He made it almost 4,000 kilometers this year, guys.
Nice.
On the 583 Rocket.
Nice.
He lives in Huntsville, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's good. That's awesome.
Buddy, 4,000 K.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Just this year. It's a 99 Formula Deluxe. He says, kind of sad the season's over, but he can't wait till next year. Fingers crossed all the boys from the Snowmobile Sessions can do a ride together next year. Yeah. And Odie says he's looking for a sled. So we're him and I are playing the lottery. So if we win, he's going to buy me one. If he wins, and I'm going to buy him one if I win. And we're going to go out and get twinsies, the biggest, baddest Lynx you can put your money on.
There you go.
So we got to win before March 31st, is it, John Luke?
March 31st is the deadline. Yeah, we got to submit them all in. Yeah. So yeah. So there we go, Odie. Let's you and I chip out on some 649s every week, and we'll see what we can do. No joke. Imagine that. Who would laugh at us then, huh? So look at this.
That's Roscoe, and he's got a new pilot there.
Yeah, who's on
It's
that?
Odie riding the Roscoe. Yeah.
Nice.
So if Odie's riding Roscoe, where do you think my butt was sitting?
Lucky you.
The old one, eh?
Oh yeah.
I'll bet your back thanked you when you got off that sled, though, right? But still, you know what? They're great sleds, man.
Yeah.
Still good sleds.
Yeah.
So, that's awesome.
The see the scenic river right there to my left here.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I didn't even realize it was there. It was.
Yeah, it's amazing how we got through those old chassis, eh? It's mind-boggling.
Sorry, I blew that. Here's how that should have went. I should have said, guys, this year I rode an 850 XRS. I rode an 850 VR1. I rode an 850 Lynx, but the wildest sled that I rode all year was the Rocket. You know, people want the Assault or the Lynx for that uncoupled wild ride feeling, skis in the air. Well, ride this. You're going to have the skis in the air every bump you hit because it's so stiff, and it's a wild ride. You can't hang on to this thing, man. 100 kilometers an hour, you can't hang on. And you know what? Odie is a monster behind the wheel of this thing. Like, he just keeps up with all of us, you know. And kudos to him, man, because that just shows you how good of a rider you are. But yeah, so that was fun. We had a great day. We went to Perry Sound that day, and what ride wouldn't be finished with Odie without a photo like this?
The hood up.
I gotta say that was a cool color scheme.
Yeah,
that was
it had
neat,
that lightning graphics on it. Yeah, yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah,
and the yellow.
Well, I would put some good money on now that they've introduced the Mach Z this year after 15 years. And with the success it's having, by the way, it's probably the most desired and ordered unit right now. It's unbelievable.
It should be, because it's 1 year, right?
That's it. I wouldn't be surprised to see that sled. I mean, at least the name of it come back in another sort of special edition. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, the Formula would be awesome. I imagine a Formula Plus or an SS would be. That would be awesome. I had a Formula SS 670. That would be great. Give me a Formula SS 670, John Luke. Put the word in for that.
I'll put out the word for you.
A 670 E-Tech would be just unbelievable. Liam says, hey, Odie, where do I submit these? Here, I'm going to put it up on screen, Liam. It's fanphoto@mudbrats.com. Let me just put this up on screen here. And you got to send them in before Monday at noon. But if you send it in now, anybody that sends in now, I'll make sure that we'll probably have time today to go through a few more loosey-gooseys. Okay, so we'll be able to probably do that for you. It helps too if you hit that super chat button too. You'll for sure get on the show tonight.
Right,
right, Rich?
What's that?
For sure.
Yeah.
I said if Michigan Outlaw says we didn't get our pictures in time for the show tonight, but Jake got a new sled last week.
Yeah, I saw it on the thing. Or did you see his ad where he's?
No, I don't watch that channel. That's a horrible channel. Look at Outlaws. I'm wearing a shirt. You should be hitting that super chat button. I'll for sure put some pictures up tonight. Let's get it done. So, no, there's in Odie's defense here, it wasn't broke down. He's just a little frugal doer, so he doesn't want to put a new battery in at the end of the season, and he broke his recoil, so he doesn't want to pay $4.99 for a new recoil rope. So he gets a portable battery pack out to start it. And at this point in time, it almost didn't start. I was sitting there taking a video, and it was like, click, click. And we're going, oh, crap. And then it goes, like it barely turned over. It was awesome. So, yeah, that's great. And then there's Mike K there, and some idiot's photobombing in the back there. Sorry, I'm backwards here, over here. And then that's Drew, and and he just answered the question, does a bear poop in the woods? The bear doesn't, but he does. He figured out why I always travel with toilet paper in the back of the sled. So let's just say that. It sucks not having restaurants open. We're in lockdown again up there. It's gray. So, yeah. But, yeah, we had fun. It's always fun riding with Mike Kay and Odie. And this is us stopping at a bridge, and we're talking about, you know, sleds and BS and general stuff. And Drew's reading. He's on his phone there. He's Googling how to take a poop in the woods. So that's my next YouTube video on next week's upload is
without getting any on you.
Yeah, without exactly. Yeah, we had the sled chef, and now we're gonna have what happens after you eat the sled chef. So even Odie did do a cookout too. He did. He started a fire, and he had some pizza he warmed up in tinfoil on the fire. Great. It was awesome. So nice. He's getting a lot of miles out of my videos. He learned how to fix spark plug caps. He learned how to cook a trailside meal. He's going to do a recoil off of it. So we have a laugh every time he gets together. And then on over there, I'm just showing how it felt when I got off of this sled.
That's too funny, dude.
It's like I take it for granted how the difference between the XP and the F chassis, and it's like I got on his not thinking too much, but it was really loose, like it's not studded, so the whole back end slipping around the whole time. And then I got on mine, it was like it's like on rails. It's like, oh, this is so much better. The seating position, everything. So it was cool. But yeah, there we go. Look at how much difference the 50 edition yellow is compared to the new yellow. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is wild though.
Night and day difference. So yeah. And this is Terry Tupa. What does he say? I think I got some. He says, thanks for having Louie on the show. He's a great guy. Look at the Iron Dog there, the second sled there. It's beautiful.
Oh, nice.
For sure.
Do you see many Iron Dogs come in there, John Luke?
We had one, I think, 2-3 weeks ago, but it's a rare thing. They don't.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't come in very, very often. There's a few models that actually don't come in quite a bit, and that has to do with the fact that they didn't produce all that many.
No.
But that's true for every manufacturer. At the end of the day, it's just there's a certain percentage that gets produced. You know, it's interesting. We have some nice trades coming in for next year. I'll tell you, I'm quite excited about some of the trades we got coming in. And Gary, I got your name on one of them.
Love it.
Yeah, but so there's some nice pieces that are coming in. I think people are generally just super excited about the next models coming up and the Lynx and the Mach Zs and all that stuff. But yeah, there's certain models I don't, for some reason, as excited as I may get for them, you only see one or two and then a season come in or are being sold. It just really that way.
I love that 2018.5 600R. Excuse me, that they come out with. It's the Gen 4, the first 600R. They brought it out late in the season in 2018, and it's got the XRS shocks and the tunnel adjusters on it and everything. That's one of my favorite sleds. But man, when you see them in the used market, they're a fortune. There's only one that's actually a fair price right now, and it's got like 16,000 kilometers on it. It's like, man, oh man. I mean, it's probably still good for another 8,000 K, but the you know, it's like crazy. Sled Addict says that blue Polaris looks amazing. It does. I love the lime green.
It's sharp, yeah, it's sharp looking.
Yeah, the high vis yellow. Yeah. So, and that's the old Axis chassis, right? But every time I see one of those ketchup and mustard Rev XSs, I love them. Like that's not the ketchup and mustard, but it's similar to that Iron Dog there. But yeah, some more Terry Tupa pictures. And this is him in Mont Tremblant. So the first pictures, he was somewhere else, and then he went to Quebec area here. So
nice.
Lots of snow.
By the way, that's a gorgeous place to sled. If you ever had the chance to be in that area, it's nice.
We got to do our meetup in Quebec, Gary. when we meet the guys from the U.S. We got to ride Quebec, man. It's yeah,
Sounds good.
man.
Neil Owen says he'll escort us. He's involved in the sled tours in Quebec. He's very well versed in the trails there. So
Awesome.
Nice.
he'll take us for a ride. He'll set it up for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Get accommodations all set up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at that snow. That's
That is
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, and
Very
that's it for the
hospitable.
fan photos. We got some more come in late stuff.
Yeah,
so
I
we'll get
sent
to
one
those.
late. I sent one at like 6.
Did you?
Look at the guy, the co-host even got cut off. He didn't get any on.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? Oh, you're the only late one there that came in that there. Wow, those
Not
are
late.
good pictures, Rich. It's too bad you didn't super chat me so I can share these with everybody. I'm just kidding. Here, I'll figure out a way to get these over.
Yeah.
Well, here, I'll pop them
Yeah.
up here. We'll do it. We'll do
Yeah,
a
the first
share
one was
screen.
with nuns. On
Oh, was it cool? Well,
yeah.
then we'll show nuns. We'll cut you out of the picture then.
That was at the ice caves when we went up to.
Yeah, cool. Hold on a second here.
And then the other ones with those crazy
Muskoka
guys at
Mike.
Sled Addicts.
Right on. Muskoka Mike says that the fan folders are coming in hot now. The fan photos are coming in hot, Bobby, but there's no super chats to.
Yeah, right. They don't want their
what's up
photos
with
on that
that?
bad, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get them to show the photos, but pay us later. What's it Wimpy used to say? Gladly pay a Tuesday for a hamburger today. Is that what we're dealing with here? Just hold on. Take me a second just to cue it up. That's actually a great picture, Rich. It's too bad we can't show it to anybody.
Oh, well.
Is that nuns in the background?
Yeah, that'll be
Hold
nuns
on.
on his sled. Yeah.
I'm
we
going
went out
to
there.
share it. I just got to make
Look
sure
around.
that I
So,
just got to
John
make
Luke,
sure that
question
the
for
adult
you.
video channels off.
Is every dealer capped at a certain amount or no? Like I'm trying to or
Okay, sure, yeah. So yes, the short answer is yes. So the way it works is you have to submit your what they call your plan for the year ahead. And that let's just use some very easy number. Let's just say you want to sell 100 sleds. So out of that number comes out your spring orders and your in-season numbers. So let's just say that we sell, if we're to submit 100 sleds that we want to bring in, and we sell 50 spring by the 31st, then we have to select the balance in season for a total of 100.
okay.
So that's how that works. So some dealers, it just goes to show you right now, the demand is through the roof, have already reached that number, whatever they might have submitted. Now that number might have been a bit lower than perhaps mine or another dealer. There are some dealers out there that are huge. Like in Quebec, there's a guy who sells 700-800 sleds a year. That's massive. Very, very different from us. But yeah. So it's a combination. But once you reach that number, you're done.
Now, question too, Jean-Luc, and I don't know if it's changed. I know the model used to be where you could order 100, but you had to take 5 of a certain model and 10 of a certain model. Is it still like that, or no? You can choose if you wanted 100 XRSs, you could take 100 XRSs, or it doesn't work that way, or.
Well, so up until for example, this year, up until the 31st, any spring order we can put in is those are special numbers, units with the colors, option packages, and all that stuff. You can also right now spring order, let's say, I don't know, MXZ. For example, for Corey, we ordered a Renegade EF5 for him.
Mm-hmm.
So not for him, but for his wife. I think he'd be upset.
No, it's for him. It's for him. Come on.
No, so we ordered
honest.
an EF5 for him. He'll benefit from the promotions of the spring order, albeit it's not one of those unique models that are available until the 31st. Beyond that, this is it. You're not capped. If your order is 100 and you sell 100 links, that's what you're going to get.
Okay, cool. That's good.
And that being said, I think that not too far from now on certain models, specifically, I think Mach Z, I could see them giving us a call on Mach Z's links where the demand is so strong that they may have to kind of say, well, we will cap it at some point.
I see. Okay.
I think we're not there yet. I have not heard that, and
Right.
maybe we won't, and I hope we don't. But I'm absolutely shocked as to how many the Lynx and the Mach Zeds are going through right now.
Nice.
Everybody wants to use that full 180 horsepower. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Awesome.
Very good.
That's
I was
awesome.
just wondering how that was, because I know it used to be different. The models, they used to make you take, almost like when you were ordering your TVs, you want those 5 channels, but they make you take 2 of those shitty ones you don't want. When I'm saying shitty, I mean, the lesser sold models, like a lower model, right? Like, you got to sell this or whatever. So that's cool that it's changed where you can.
I'm shopping at your dealership, Rich, when you build one.
Well, that's all the business models used to be like that. So.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
We've got some house cleaning to do.
Right on.
Michigan Outlaws. Nice shirt, Gary. We also sent in a picture. I seen it. And then we also got Neil Owen. He's jumping up right down to Mountain Madman. He says, I do not have pictures, but appreciate everything you've done in such a short time we know each other. Well, thank you, Neil. We appreciate it too. And I hope you caught that. You're going to escort us next year on our Snowmobile Sessions group ride. Huh?
Actually, Gary, I'm going to tell you this. I hope Neil takes us, because I said to him, I said, I want to ride with him in Quebec. He goes to Quebec quite a bit. I'd love to ride with him there. I'd love to ride with him.
He's a Quebec ambassador. He has he knows the trails like the back of his hand. He can talk passionately about different areas, like where Sled Addicts were a few weeks ago, and Rich and Amos and all these places and stuff. So he actually invited me up in a couple weeks, but I had to pass. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah,
But if we can get someone like that to organize something, Gary, that's pretty like a good size, and even if you got to separate it over a couple of trips, to get the guys from the US up, and we get everything done, and we get Jean-Luc involved, a whole bunch of people, that would be fun.
Yeah,
that'd be great, because Quebec is unreal.
Yeah. John-Luc Sled Addicts asked, "What's the promo for spring order this year? Do you know it, Luke?"
Yeah, so this year. In the past, it was you get 4-year warranty. This year, they downgraded that to 3 years. You get either choice of a 3-year warranty, or you get up to $1,000 in apparel, accessories, or parts of your choice. It could be helmets, it could be gears, riding gears and stuff. You also can get 0.99% financing on 36 months. There may be some different financing come the fall when the sleds do arrive. And the other option is to select a different track. So, for example, if you got an MXZ XRS and you want a different track that is unavailable, there's certain tracks you can select as a changeover. But so that's it. So there's no doubt the offers have been pulled back a little bit because I'll be honest with you, like everything is selling off like so fast. They don't need to. And I think this holds true for every manufacturer. I look at the other offers from Arctic Cat and Polaris, Yamaha. It seems to be pretty much on par. The production remains part of the challenge. So. So we'll see. So far, I think although the offer may not be a 4-year warranty, 3 might be a very good number. I don't know. I just judging by the number of orders, it's been quite impressive for sure. But those are the offers right now.
That's cool. Odie also asked, is the warranty transferable? So if someone's got a used sled for sale and it's got 2 years, say, balance of warranty left on it, is it transferable?
So that's a good question. It's a question we get every day. I'll tell you that the warranty stays with the sled. So it's not with the individual. The sled is under warranty, is what we tell people. You are not. So human beings are not under warranty. But what's important to do is when you do acquire a used sled, what you do is you come to your dealership and you ask them to transfer the warranty into your name, to your address. So this way, it's the best way to receive any service campaigns, recall campaigns. You'll be notified immediately. Any specials you may receive. Some from time to time, Ski-Doo sends out these really cool packages before spring season. They've got a bunch of prizes and fun stuff they send out. So it's always important, I think, to put your mailing address under the warranty of your sled, but you could literally walk in to a dealership, and if the sled's still under warranty, the work will get done on the warranty.
That's awesome. Yeah, cool. And listen, Corey Brock, he's a buddy of yours too, is he not, John Luke?
He's about 3 kilometers away from me right now.
He says, I couldn't have beers this past weekend. He says on the trails, but he meant to say after the trails. But here's the next best thing.
I was supposed to be with Corey this weekend, but it didn't work out. Yeah.
Me too. But that's the thing.
That's right.
Corey doesn't drink on the trail. I've ridden with him lots, so it's always après, which is good. Yeah. I like that. So, and like I said, you know he doesn't drink like that when you see him ride, because the guy's like he's on rails. So, yeah, really, for sure. That's cool. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Neil Owen. That's awesome. Yeah, so that's cool. Is there a charge to transfer warranty? What the hell are you buying, Odie? Is Mike K letting his go or what? I got first dibs on that thing, buddy.
All right, so here's a quick answer to that. There are some dealers that charge for it. There should not be any fees for it. We don't charge for it. This is just straight paperwork. We have to input some information into the best warranty system to BRP, so there should not be a fee for that. If you do get charged, give me a call. I'll be happy to help you. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to upload the information, and we give you certification that you've the information, the sled is now in your name. Where there may be a fee is in the event that you want to upgrade the warranty. So long that the sled or your BRP product is within warranty, you can upgrade the warranty and extend it a little bit more. For that, there'd be a fee, of course.
Okay, now we got to take care of Michigan Outlaws, who super chatted. Rich is gone right now, so he'll be back. But we're going to take care of it. Can you guys see that? I can't see. Look at that. Jacob got rid of the XPS. He blew it up or something. He had some issues with it. I haven't caught up on their videos yet. It's not that I'm not watching. I just have been busy doing other things. So it's this is great. Look at that. You look so sexy on that, Jacob. Where's the kitty pictures?
More importantly, where's the snow?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, he doesn't need snow. Have you seen the way they ride? They don't need snow where they ride. That's probably heading to the motocross track. That's a beautiful sled, buddy. Congratulations, man. I can't wait to see the video on that. What else have we got going here? Hold on. Did he send me 2 pictures? Let's hope he did. Doing double screen here is tough to do. No, he only got me 1. So Mark Bose says fan quote. He says up near Palmerston, Ontario. Hold on a second here. He actually had a guy with an old, what was it? Was it a Blizzard itself? First owner. Yeah, it's there right there. No, it's just an MXZ. It's an 800 P-Tech. Okay, can you see that? Mm-hmm. Up near Palmerston on the left is the ultimate Skidoo fan, Jason, on his mint 2007 Blizzard. Dan's newer 2014 LXR he bought mid-season after his 2007 Cat crapped out on Snowmobile and ride. And Blaine on my Blizzard still riding at 74 years old. He says he's 47. I took Blaine's 2012 Vector out for a spin. My youngest daughter and friend on the 99 Touring 500. What a great day. That looks like fun, man.
Absolutely. That's a recent picture. Good.
Yep, for sure. That's just a week or so ago. Oh, wow. Actually, Palmerston, I think he did that Friday. Wow. But he does a video with that guy on the Blizzard, and it's got high miles and it's still kicking.
You said it's 800?
So, it's an 800 P-Tech.
Wow, good for that thing.
No, that's not a P-Tech. That's older. It must be an 800 carb. Yeah, because that's not a P-Tech, because that's Rev. Sorry. Yeah. But it's still kicking. It's got high miles. I'm going to take a stab, but I think it's got 17,000 miles on it. 17 or 14. I don't know. It's up there, and never had a screw touched on it. So Yeah,
That's awesome.
we got Mike Eisenberg had a blast up in Kearney with Jesse, my bro-in-law, and my dad this past weekend. Tons of snow, trails were mint, and we put another 400 kilometers on. Here we are at our favorite spot, the Oxton Shelter. Keep up the great work. We love the show. And they ran into to our buddies at from Snow Tracks TV up there as well. There we go. Jesse's been on the show. He's on the right yellow XRS, and Mike's in the black suit there. He's incognito here. He doesn't want his face shown. So there we go. Good crew. And no fire going by the look of it there. Again, Oxton Shelter should have a fire going all the time. Yeah. Look at that backcountry 146 there, Bobby. You drooling over that?
Oh, yeah. Maybe next year. Who knows?
Yeah. And then we got Zach Montgomery. He sent in this. Is Rich back yet?
Nope.
Hold on, let me just make sure he's
Told
not
you
in
he's
the
going to
waiting room.
submit a few more snow checks. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, he is. He's calling Energy right now. He's putting his order in online. Energypowersports.ca. That's where he is. Not kidding you. He heard about John Luke's special deal with the free clothing and warranty and all that stuff. That you can't go wrong.
Nope.
Speaking of which, people have been asking about the Blair Morgan stuff, and it's in process. So people that have won that from that show, you got to email me your address, because I looked up a few and I didn't have addresses for some of you guys on there. So if you don't remember, what I'll do is I'll read out a list of names next week and make sure you send them to me. But we know there was 8 shirts given away. John Luke has 8 shirts.
Yep.
For our fans. So it's just, and I know who the fans are. It's just a matter of where to send them. Right, John Luke?
Yeah, no, we spoke to Blair, and then I got a box in my office ready with the shirts. We're also throwing 8 caps that we're going to be asking him to sign both the caps and the T-shirts. And then we'll ship it out. I just need to know where I need to send it out.
It's got, yeah, you send one to me, one to Bobby, one to Rich, and then the rest will just auction off.
There it is.
Perfect.
No, I'll get you I'll make sure I get you those names. So yeah,
No problem.
yeah, for sure. No, that's good. So thanks for sending those pictures in. What do we got here? Where'd my email go? There it is there. So this is last good ride of the year from Zach Montgomery. It's been a rough season, but he still ended up getting 4,000 kilometers on this season. Probably get it a few more times, but still in small rides. This was up in the Stonecliff area between Pembroke and Mattawa. Trails were 10 out of 10. This was last Friday. Seen maybe 5 sleds all day. Thinking next year he's going to snow check a 2022. I didn't think Skidoo made an XCR 136 with tip rails. So you mean XRS? You should be snow checking. There we
Too
go.
many letters to keep straight. That's the problem.
He is like all these dyslexics Polaris fans. Am I right? It's XRS.
I tell you, I saw a meme about the new Polarises. It was about the Polaris Matrix RMK Chaos / Boost. That's all the name of one sled. That is a mouthful.
What?
Yeah,
That's
those are
crazy.
that's
That's
all
true.
part of the name of one sled.
That's crazy. There you go. Do you know anybody that's ridden a Boost, or did you get to try one when you were at Bibbins, or not Bibbins? Where were you that you drive all the sleds?
Me? The demo. They didn't do demo rides this year, unfortunately. I don't know why, because you're wearing gloves and a helmet and all that. But
yeah, who knows?
Yeah. So I didn't get to try one. But also being a mountain sled, I'm not sure that they'd bring it. But maybe next year if they do something with a trail sled, that'd be wicked.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
And then Corey sent me a couple pictures, and it's maybe a good thing I didn't go ride with them this weekend, because look at this. He says, ouch. He says, here's a photo from a guy's weekend this past weekend. One of our riders got bucked off the sled and ended up hitting the only pole in the middle of the trail. She's a write-off. The tunnel's twisted. Love the show. Cheers. Thanks, buddy. Oh, my goodness. So I imagine there's a set of TS adjustable skis for sale. She snapped right off. I think this is I think you could actually classify this as a little bit worse than a slight rattle in the front end.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. It's probably a write-off on that sled. Yep.
Oh,
so that's the pole. Is that the pole he must have hit?
Jeez.
We came around the corner. We were up north, and we came around the corner, and a tree had snapped off, and it snapped off, and it fell, and it stuck in the snow like it was growing out of the middle of the trail. It was probably an 8-inch round tree, and if like we came around the corner we weren't hot, but we were clipping along pretty good. If we had been going any faster and without studs, you wouldn't have been able to maneuver around it. You would smoke yourself on it, and it was like planted. You could not move it off the trail.
Oh.
Like they would have had to hook it up to the groomer to pull that thing off. So, yeah. Pro Polaris says, "Hey Gary, ... XCR baby." I know we're just bugging you. Yeah, Bruce Stewart says, "Can't wait to get my shirt signed from Blair." Make sure you send me your if you already know I know your email, your address. Send it to fanphoto@mudbrats.com. Let's get these things out this week, okay? I don't want this to drag on till August. Because I might end up with 7 shirts to wear all summer. I got one for every day of the week. But yeah, it's pretty dangerous stuff. You got to be on your toes when you're out there riding, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, thanks for sending those pics in, Corey. That's pretty wild. And Sled Squad sent in, ooh, this is kind of cool. These are almost like twins, but decades older than each other.
There you go.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know the years of those? Take a guess, Bobby.
Well, the newer one's 18 XCR. The older one, I'm going to guess
ding, 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 ding.
01
Winner,
XC
winner.
on the older one.
What? You nailed it.
Oh, can't stop me. Let's go.
XDSP. Let's play Stump the Chump. Yeah.
Oh, did you freeze? Oh no, there you are. You're moving.
No, I'm here. I was reading my phone. Are you there?
Yep.
Did I freeze?
No, you're good.
My son said that I was looking at my phone. My son said he's home, but he shut the computer down because he's studying. So isn't that good of him?
Yes. So John Luke, earlier, Sled Addicts was asking, have you sold a lot of 900 turbos, or is it still a lot of 850s, even split?
Super question. 850, I think this year is exceptionally strong because of Lynx.
Okay.
But the 900 turbo is obviously, it's very strong because of the Mach, but it definitely has increased year over year over year. So there's a lot of people looking for the 4-stroke. I know a lot of people feel that it's a heavy sled. With the power that now it can push. I ordered one for me, a 900 turbo.
Nice. With
a 180 horse, yeah, and the smart shocks. So I'm excited about that sled coming in. But it's increased again some more. It's quite impressive. The one that I'd say we see less of is the 600R E-Tech in both X and XRS. That's reduced year over year. Yeah. That
could be why they didn't come out with the 650 this year. It's just not a big segment, right?
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I mean, it's a great engine. I like it. But there's these purists, they really like that 850. So they shy away from it. But I think it's a fabulous engine. I like it quite a bit. Quite a few of our customers have taken it, but less than they did a year ago. So
yeah. It was new a couple of years ago. It was new in all the rage when it first came out, and it's kind of I love the 600R. I think it's an amazing sled, man. Like,
Oh, it's a great engine, awesome engine. I mean, it's still a great package.
Like, I'd like to get one and just do what I did with Roscoe, and even Jeremy rode Roscoe and went, man, I could keep up with Mike on that sled anytime. You know, it's like it pulls so hard corner to corner. It's race inspired, that's for sure. You know, it's I'd love to do what I did with it to a newer 600 E-Tech and see what difference it makes.
Yeah. No, obviously the continuous improvement always, right? That's what Ski-Doo is all about. As are the other brands. I mean, they always try to come out with something new. They have to keep up with one another, otherwise you get taken out of the market.
Yeah,
I think Ski-Doo this year just pulled out the fanfare, but you know, we'll see where it's going to shake out at the end.
They always do that though. Like the year that they come out with I think it was a 600R. The year they came out with the 600R, they had launched the oxygen helmet. They launched a backcountry line of sleds. Like It was like that open was like bam, bam, bam. You thought you had another hit, and it was like, oh yeah, we also got this, boom. And it's like, and that's kind of what it was like this year. Like the Mach, the Lynx, the Smart Shocks. It was like, stop it, take my money. You know, like it was an awesome launch. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, and Daniel Raymaker just sent me, and he says, I'm watching your show this evening, and to my surprise, my sled made the photo shoot tonight. Thanks for sharing them for the viewers to see. I'm hoping to be able to sell it next year. The motor is totally rebuilt, crankshaft pistons and everything else that needs to be replaced to make it like brand new again. All bearings, chains, and suspension shocks rebuilt this year. Clutches rebuilt a few years back. Miles on the rebuilt motor is 1,000 miles. Thanks again for the awesome show. Yeah, that's that Polaris that what has he got? The 2600 XC SP. That's cool. I love it. I love those old sleds. Now I don't want to ride one anymore, but I love looking at them, you know. But we'll see. So John Luke, let's talk about our little date we had last week with the Lynx.
Yeah.
Did you have fun? Did you have fun that day?
Well, you know what? It was, you know, what was fun. I'll tell you, Gary, is that to be able to bring something so new that no one really had unwrapped just yet, and to bring it to you guys, and to allow you guys to just, you know, have at it, give it a shot, see how different it is. That was for me the most fun. There's no doubt, you know, we had heard that this sled was very, very special, and it felt very different. And I think, well, you know, it's up to you guys to talk about it, but it looks different. It doesn't look like a Ski-Doo. It certainly does not behave like anything we have right now in our lineup today. It's just a different sled. And as we're seeing more and more videos and comparative comparos, the feedback is outstanding. Every step of the way as this sled was launched, we had great interest on it. Then the guys from Snow Tracks, I think, were impressed with it. We got more interest on it. The guys from some other journalists had a try of it, and then all these videos are coming up, and then we got a chance to try it. It's you know, it's a different sled. It just, I think people who ordered that sled will be tickled pink as to how good it is and how raw it feels. There's someone asked me the other day, you know, how does it feel versus, I don't know, an MXZ XRS or Renegade XRS, and well, we had our thoughts on it. But you know, someone asked me, how would you compare it perhaps in the car business? Because a lot of people know I've been in the car business, and to me, it's where Porsche it now has got all these bells and whistle and Tiptronic, everything. The old Porsches, you know, the manual transmission, where it was really the transmission and the engine, it was more raw power, and you were like participating in the experience. This is probably the best way for me to describe Lynx. That Lynx Rave RE is an absolute wild stallion. It has to be tamed. I don't think it's for everyone. If you're looking for this cushy ride, you know, kind of go lucky. This is not going to be for you. But if you're looking for a very spirited, performance-oriented sled, something very different and unique, perhaps something that you've had in the past, you know, that sled is it. It really is really cool.
Yeah, no. Soda Pop 20 says, what would be the direct competitor for the Rave RE? Well, I was told on my video not to say Rave because it sounds whatever. But he says, say it Rave like everyone else.
Yeah, I think we should just to answer that first. I think we should call it the Rave RE. I have a hard time saying Rave all the time. But apparently it's how they want us to pronounce it. But to me, it's a Rave. It sounds very, 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 very sexy. You know, to answer the question, I really don't know if there's a sled like it in the marketplace today. I think that what Ski-Doo did, what BRP did when they introduced the Lynx, they kind of caught Arctic Cat, Polaris, Yamaha by surprise. And they brought something that really, we've really never had here. I don't know. I'd love to hear if Corey wants to comment on it. I'd love, and you, Gary, because you've tried it. I don't see anything that is similar to it. I just simply don't.
I totally agree with that. I feel like you have some of the playfulness of like an Assault, but you have like the mogul mashing of like maybe an XCR. Like there's no one sled that does everything that the Lynx does.
Yeah, not at all.
It's almost like the shocks are like RS plus. Like they're the shock package is insane. And the thing that and I alluded to Bobby about it last week, and now I got to experience it, is it lets you feel what the 850 E-Tech raw power is like. Like it's like wheel horsepower of the 850. The 850 E-Tech is a beast to be reckoned with, and you put in any other chassis and the chassis cleans it all up. Like it makes it smooth. Like the XRS is amazing. It eats bumps, it corners like it's on rails. Well, you want to feel the raw power of that. It's like it makes you feel like the XCR or the XCR. Stop it, you Polaris guys. It makes you feel like the XRS is on steroids. But really it's the same power between the two sleds. It's just the feel of it's different. And you set the skis down, it does. Like, and the amazing thing with John Luke is like he's like, here it is, boys. It's almost like act like I'm not here. And Adam Furlong, my tech, he got in there and he adjusted the shocks and it was like night and day after he did that, and it's amazing. So it's like the first few rides, there's one part in the video where Corey's talking about the steering. Well, that was before Adam tweaked the shocks on it, and Adam goes, I'd love to get under the rear skid and work on that. And the other thing is everyone's commenting about how it does have adjustable limber strap. No, Adam was referring to like on the fly, like the Summits have with the lever, you can change it. So that's what he was saying is if you're riding a trail and it's smooth as anything, but then it goes bumpy as heck by the end of the day, how do we get that transfer to move? And by adjusting the shocks, and that's what he's talking about. So yeah, I probably edited that wrong, but it's still a great thing to see that we're just that you have to understand. John Luke got that sled, he assembled that sled and basically put gas in it, and the next day it was on the trail, and we're all looking at it going, what do we do with this thing?
Yeah, and you know, we're very lucky to have Adam with us. Obviously, he's been a tech with BRP for a long, long time, and he knows what he's doing. So it was great for him to, and of course, we had guys of different sizes. You know, he's a big boy. He's, you know, so we had bigger, taller, thinner. And Drew was with us as well. So, you know, it's always very challenging when you go from one person to another to have the same experience. But he was able to tweak it on the fly, which was pretty cool. Not like our Motion X at the back, and there's no quick adjust as easy as you get on an XRS. But for what we could do on site, you know, it changed the dynamic of the sled entirely.
Oh yeah, for sure. Jacob Gardner said he ordered a rave. Going to be a long summer. He got to try one at a local dealer and liked it a lot. There you go.
Awesome.
Welcome back, Rich. Sorry, he's hiding behind the trees here. I'm going to get rid of that.
Had to take a business call. I've been waiting for that one all day, and of course, you got to answer the customer.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's good.
very good.
Well, I guess on that note, I'll be a little honest with the crew. I ordered a Lynx for next season, so
he's letting it out of the bag.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited
Awesome.
to get out there and spend a full season on it. You know, get to know all the things it's good at and all that. So I'm stoked.
Nice.
Awesome.
Cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So those are actually coming from Finland, huh? They're shipping them over?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm going to tell you this. I mean, I've worked with a car manufacturer for 20 some odd years. So I can kind of read the playbook a little bit. We're just getting a taste of what's going to happen in the future with Lynx. If you go and take a look at the Lynx lineup, there's a lot more stuff that they've got that is absolutely applicable to the marketplace here. So I'm quite excited. This is just not two sleds coming in to the country, and that's the be all end all. There's a lot more play there, and I think so. Certainly for me as a dealer and every other dealer, it's super exciting. I think it's injecting some new big news in the sled market. So I'm super stoked about it. I think you'll be really pleased with it. It is a stallion. It just it's a lot of fun to ride. It feels different, right? It's like you have this new toy that not a lot of people have. And at every corner you get stopped. What's this? Because it looks really cool too. It looks really cool.
Definitely.
It does. It's a good, great looking sled. Yeah.
Good thing you let the cat out of the bag, Bob, because when you were texting me on the weekend, and I'm like, oh, I hope I don't let this out of the bag.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. I figured definitely on the podcast, this is a reason to watch awesome, live. Right? Who knows if I'll put it in an actual video or not, but share it with the fans.
See who's watching this mess, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. It makes it exciting.
Yeah. Slowby says, Bobby, awesome. Congratulations. Bruce Stewart says, holy shit. And Jesse Buckman says, I knew it, Bobby. And Mr. Average Hipster says, dang, dude, way to pull the trigger. Can't wait to try it out. Does he know you really well?
That's Josh. He's always riding the red and taking pictures for me.
Yeah. Yep. Tony Cat says, laugh my ass off. I called it. And Odie, the sledding car guy, says, nice. Odie, the best thing is he's going to let you have his old sled.
There you go.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. And Jacob Gardner from Michigan. Hold on. Outlaws. He says, man, I'm glad you came right out and told us, Bobby, so I don't have to spend the summer wondering.
Wait until the reveal in fall, right?
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, that's great. Perfect. Odie says he'll take it. He will take it.
I figure it's an exciting enough sled that, even if people know it, all the experience is when I'm actually going to be on it and trying it out. So not much to lose.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, congrats. You're going to love it, man. Like, I would love to spend more time on it. I think that, I didn't ride it a whole lot because I was shooting that day, but the best part was when Drew got on it and he's like, what is this?
I was saying that to Rich. I'm like, you could tell that was the first time he got a real transfer happy sled under him, and he was like mind blown by it.
He's going, oh yeah, for sure. It was like his skis were in the air, and he's like, "What is this?"
That's why I said to Bobby, I'm having a hard time thinking of leaving an uncoupled rear for sure because it's fun. They're fun sleds, man.
Yeah,
they're fun.
Yeah, for sure.
It's nice though for you, Rich, to kind of try different stuff because you ride a lot of trail, and who knows, you don't really know what you might be giving up, and that's something I kind of realized, and that's made me shift a little away from the 144 and try to aim for 137 if I can. And it could be similar between uncoupled and coupled for you. So
no, I'm definitely gonna try something different for sure. Absolutely. No, I'll give it a shot and see what happens, see how I like it, and we'll see what happens. We'll see.
You want to hear something funny? Guess what percentage of Lynx, all Lynx sales so far, for me anyway, at my store, are between the Boondocker and the Rave.
Yeah. That's rave, by the way.
Right. So What would you think the percentage of sales out of 10 sleds? How many are Rave? How many are Boondocker?
I would think 7 would be Rave. That'd be my guess.
Right. Okay.
I think it's 6 Boondocker.
It's almost 50-50.
Wow.
Jeez.
Really?
And I'm floored. I don't understand. I mean, and I keep asking people who are taking the Boondockers, like, and they're taking the big one. Like, where are you taking this? And some people say north of Ontario. I'm like, I can't believe this. But anyway.
Yeah, actually, my local the dealer I ordered from said the same thing. They said they've sold a lot of Boondockers, and they're not sure where people are using them, but they ask them, and they say they're sure that's what they want. So, you know, they got to sell them what they want.
I see a guy on YouTube. He's riding in Muskoka, and he bought a turbo mountain sled, like the Skidoo.
Oh yeah,
with a 3-inch paddle. It's like, where are you riding that? And I'm like, why did the dealer order a 3-inch paddle mountain sled? Like,
there's a lot of guys ride off trail up in our area even. Now, I think they go on the trail for a short distance and then they just head off into either Crown land or private. But I'm seeing a lot, like I've never seen it before this bad, where you ride along like you know, when you're going through the Seguin Trail and you're driving through those swampy areas, the whole swamp is torn to shreds. I've never seen that. Like, you've seen the odd track going out. You've never seen it shredded like that. Like it's a playground until this year. And I mean, I think that could be a bad thing.
With that lug on a summit, Gary, like you're gonna snap the lug off just going 25 kilometers an hour down the trail. It's crazy, but to each their own, right?
286 says he sees those long track 2+ inch paddle sleds on the trails. Now Wisconsin was consider banning anything 2 inches or more because they eat up trails.
Yeah.
It could happen. I mean, we're going to lose trails in our.
I was saying this to nuns, and we were talking about that. Our sport's taking a beating, man, in Northern Ontario. The landowners have had enough. I mean, you know, people don't understand, and I don't get it. That's that guy's income that you're running across and shredding up. You're killing his crop. Like, what don't you understand?
Yeah,
like,
and there's insurance and everything else. Like, you're off there if you hit a stump and you break your back, guess what? You're going to be suing that landowner no matter what that permit says. You know, I mean, it's there to protect, but I mean, whatever. So it's it's crazy. Same in Tug. Tony Cat says same in Tug Hill. We lost so many trails because of this. It's a true deal. What are we looking at here, Rich? Let's get back into happier times. There's nuns in the back.
So this was the Thursday before nuns and I we went out of Port Carling. And this is up near the ice caves. That's that lake. There was tons of powder. So I was out just, you know, whipping around on the lake there. Hence all the powder on the side of the sled. That was pretty well. Yeah. So I was whipping around on that. And then, the trails were amazing. We went up to Kearney. We ate at the, I said this last time. We went up to Kearney.
Suds on Main. Suds on Main.
This is when we went up to, Shining Tree north of Sudbury, and these people, I'll tell you something, we went there for lunch. What a great family, husband and wife and their son. Awesome. They were so grateful that we stopped in there and had lunch, and they thanked us so many times, like, thank you for coming. And you know, even when I went and did my trip in Quebec this year with the guys from Sled Addicts, everywhere we stayed, the people were so grateful and thankful and polite and happy that we were snowmobiling there. So you know, it's one of those things we enjoyed and did, and even we got pulled over by the Sûreté de Quebec, and they were amazing. They're like, guys, you know, ride safe, so yeah, it was a good time. But these people were really nice. The Tree Bear Camp up in Shining Tree, just north of Sudbury. That was a great trip day too. That was nice. Trails were awesome.
That's awesome, buddy. Hey, Rich, you got one here from Dustin Ingram. I'll e-transfer it to you tomorrow. Give to Rich Outdoors. Only non-fix alongside the Ski-Doo. LOL.
That's awesome.
Hashtag XCR. Yeah, you were outnumbered there, eh?
Where's that?
Oh no, there was 2 Polarises there.
Yeah, well, Justy was riding his dad's Indy XC, right? Because
he's talking about maybe non-fix, meaning the uncoupled.
Oh, okay, right,
yeah,
right.
that's maybe what he means by that, right?
Yeah.
So
We had a good trip, and I went with these guys when we went to Quebec. We had a fantastic 1,300 kilometers in 4 days. Was fantastic. So
now, is that the 900 Ace Turbo there?
yes, that's Andrews. Yep.
That's a turbo. Have you ridden that?
Yes, I did. I'm not a four-stroke guy. Saying that, nice, beautiful sled. I'm a two-stroke guy, and even if I went to Skidoo, you know what? Any brand right now, you can't get me on a four-stroke, and that's just my opinion. They're great sleds, nice sleds. I'm a two-stroke guy still. Like when I rode Mike and Jesse's XRS, beautiful sleds, amazing sleds. That would be something I would lean towards if I was, gonna get myself a Skidoo, or even now I was, like Bobby with the Rave. That's a beautiful sled too. I like that. It's playful, right? So, but yeah. I just,
Jesse says that was a brutal day on his. Sorry, Jesse says that was a brutal day on his back. Rich, LOL.
Yeah, it was funny. That was too hilarious. Yeah, we had a good time.
Mike loves the Tree Bear Camp from Sled Addicts. He says he loves a Tree Bear Camp. Yeah,
it was good food, great food, homemade food, and nice camp up in the middle of nowhere. So. But
yeah, for sure. Mark Bow wants to try the 900 Ace and the Turbo. Yeah, the 900 Ace, if you clutch them, is just a great sledding on it, like the naturally aspirated one. The Turbo must be amazing. I haven't talked to Dino since Tony got that one from Energy Powersports. Dino's ridden it, and he said it's awesome, but I haven't had a chance to talk to him to see if he's going to sway that way or not, or if he's going to stick with the two-stroke. So, yeah, Mark Bow says 4 strokes are fast, even without the turbo.
Yeah, they're a great sled. It's just a different power band. It's different feeling, and just different.
I think it's what it is, Rich. For me, to me, it's my go-to sled for comfort. Now I had back surgery, so I hurt very easily. In fact, I twisted my back on the weekend. But the 900 Ace Turbo, size, weight, suspension, how it attacks the bumps is perfect for me.
Yes,
I love the 850. I think I can ride the 850 in the morning, but in the afternoon I need to switch to something a little bit more comfortable to finish the day. It is heavier sled, no doubt. I'm looking forward to see that 180 horsepower next year. Yes. I think that may sway some people over to the 4-stroke.
Yeah, your point of the comfort, it was like getting on a couch. Like
absolutely.
It was, but for me, on the trail, that front end heaviness picked it up right away, and it's like, and that's where the XRS. But like you say, in maybe a few years, I won't be needing that, right? And
a little bit more weight, like me,
right? Yeah. So yes.
The thing is, I think the Smart Shocks are going to be the thing. Like it's going to change. It's going to change the face of sledding as we know it. I think when people start riding those.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, beautiful sled, very comfortable. I said that to Andrew when we hopped off. I'm like, wow, it was like a couch, like really comfortable and soft, and it was a nice sled.
Yeah, for sure. John Luke, like, what does Skidoo have any? Like, do you know if the big Grand Adventure or whatever, the big one, does any Skidoos have power steering?
Oh man, no. So the brand that came out with the power steering this year is Arctic Cat, right? So that was their big news, I guess. It's an interesting question. I don't know that it. I don't know if it requires it, as far as I'm concerned, but I don't know. I can't see that being one of the things that they need to do. I don't know how you guys feel, but there are things. I think the suspension is far more important. So is the engine always. When you get to power steering, I don't know. I don't know if it's as needed for me anyway. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I know on ATVs it's a huge difference, right? Night and day, and that's saying we were going through some pretty gnarly stuff, and on the weekend, and I was thinking power steering might be the trick, but Smart Shocks is probably the trick. Who knows, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think power steering to me, I'm not knocking Arctic Cat. To me, it is a little bit lazy, if you will. When you're on a sled, because you're on snow and ice, it's out of the gate much easier. An ATV, there's no doubt. You know, the ATVs we have that don't have DPS, dynamic power steering, they're not as fun to ride. When you're on tough terrain or on the asphalt, it's tough to steer. But a sled, you're on the ice, you're on snow. It's out of the gate. It's a little bit easier, I think.
True. That's right.
To me, making it even easier would take the fun out of it. I think part of the fun of when you're sledding in a corner is fighting with the machine a little bit and being part of that experience.
Well, I think it's road feel. It's almost like rack and pinion steering, right? Yeah. It's I don't mind, and that's saying my sled set up pretty stiff, and I like this. I like the trail feel, but I think if you're in a really bumpy conditions and there's a lot of fight back in the steering, it might help. But then again, smart shocks might be the trick too. I had no issues with Corey's XRS either. And then that R-Motion X that we had out last week that thing's a dynamite. It's so smooth, you know. You want to talk about on rails? That thing is on rails. It's stuck to the snow.
With a proper carbide, you know, I mean, it can make a day completely different. Stock carbides are good, but if you really want to push the experience, you got to change the carbides to something a little bit more up to snuff, so to speak. Yeah,
and you had the new gauge, the panoramic gauge on that, and that's one thing someone said is, how does it look in the sunlight? It was a bright day. We were on it, and you had a day mode, and you could see that thing clear as day. Yeah, it was great. So
what a lot of people don't know is you can actually adjust to night mode and day mode. There's actually a white mode and black mode.
Yeah, that's right.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah. Soda Pop says, John Luke, what is the average age of the person who's spring ordering the new Mach Z?
50.
Okay, actually, you know, this is actually it's funny because this is a question I got today. I don't know if the same person asking, but there's actually a customer on the floor today who asked. You won't believe this is. So I'm 49, and I'm in my 50th year now. I enter my 50th year, and
John Luke, you and I are the same age.
There we go, man. There you go. I got. Now, what are you using to be so dark here?
Nothing, buddy. If you look close enough, I got gray in my beard.
Yeah. I see.
It's oil of Olay. It's oil of Olay.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Who knows? But anyway.
Hey, John Luke, I just got 2 words. I got one word why you and I are gray and he's not. One word, and I'll give you 2 words, but they're both words that relate either way.
Right.
Single is the one word, and married is. Oh, I was married long enough.
Was married, okay. But to answer the question, I think the average age is around 45, I'd say. Yeah. Because we're seeing definitely mature people. I got to say, there's no doubt this is an expensive sled. You know, out of the store, tax in your 27,000, 28,000 bucks, depending if you put some accessories on it. So it's not a cheap sled, for sure. But so you do need a disposable income. Without a doubt, you need that. But it tends to be, you know, I haven't seen the young guys. The young guys are going for the backcountries and the free rides, the new Summit Edge, that type of stuff. You know, the Lynx, obviously, because there's a cool factor. But the Mach Z is really resonating with people who owned one before and understand the history, I think. Yes. So for that, I'd say the average is about 45.
Yeah. Nice. Sled Addict says, John Luke, any idea if Ontario mapping will be available for next year on the BRP Go app for the new gauge?
That's the OFSC, buddy.
Yeah, so I will tell you, I know that BRP is working really, really hard on that, and they were last year prior to the launch of the BRP Go app. They're continuing their work with OFSC. They're working real hard on it, and I hope the answer is yes. I've seen the app when I was at club, and it's amazing. There's no app like this. You know, it's a super exciting app. shame on the OFSC. If anybody's listening from the OFSC, like, be open-minded and open the network. It's
100%.
We're in the sharing society now. You know, we share pictures, comments. What we're doing tonight is about that. It's the sharing economy. And I think there's an opportunity to do the same. Stop being exclusive, be inclusive a little bit more. It's a great app. Great app.
Yeah. And for $3 for their app, people are going to still buy it. Like, for the betterment of the sport, share it.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it is, man. Like, I don't understand it too. And it's,
It worked amazing. I was just going to say that, Rich. They were using it in Quebec, were they not?
Yeah. So Jesse would be leading. I had my 7S going, and him and I would be talking. And I'm like, there's a wicked 180-degree turn coming up here. And he's like, yep, I see it. And he was saying that. So the BRP app worked amazing in Quebec. Yeah, as well as my display too, and my display works amazing in Ontario because Polaris has been collecting data from users every time they ride, sending it up. So the maps are like, I'm going to say 99% accurate in Ontario too, but in Quebec they're bang on, and same with the BRP app. It was bang on when we were riding in Quebec on their
Six String Brian says New Brunswick map. The New Brunswick maps work on the BRP Go as well.
So there you go. Yeah. So it has to do with the OFSC. And I don't care what anyone says. What are you doing to not share that? And Jean-Luc's 100% correct on that. Like, you're harming the sport.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you, this year, we're seeing 30% of people are new entrants to the sport. Yeah. They're new. They've never skidooed. And I'm saying skidooed. They never snowmobiled. Yeah. So it's quite important to provide them with the tools so they are educated. I'd like to see more education on how to ride properly and how to ride within, the stakes and stay on the trails. I really, really believe that this app, like the Polaris app, can be great tools to help educate people. Yeah. And be safe. Be safe.
It's Jean-Luc, you just nailed it. We used it in Quebec for safety. Like, I didn't even have my speedometer, my tachometer on it. I rode with my maps on the whole time. So that, because as you're well aware, when you're in Quebec, you're going at a good clip.
Yep.
And you'd like to know where the turn's coming up. Because, you can go straight for 60 kilometers, and then all of a sudden there'll be a hairpin turn coming up. And you want to know that coming up.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You can tell your buddies on the comms, like, hey, there's a wicked turn coming up here. It's about safety, never mind, anything else as well, too. So,
yeah. 100%. Tony Cat says, how does the Lynx sales affect Skidoo? Not familiar with how it all works with them and both being BRP.
I will say I was very curious about that because I was speaking to a Skidoo rep and I told him I ordered a Lynx, and he didn't seem like not happy, but he seemed surprised. You know what I mean? So I was just curious how it works out.
It's a good question. So, in the end, it's the same way we order them. They're just another model, so it doesn't change anything from a dealer perspective. From a consumer perspective, there's going to be things that will be unique to Link, to Lynx rather, not to Link, but so the apparel, that this is all stuff that is going to form and come about. Obviously, the compatibility with Link products is going to be much of the same. To have a brand new brand, this will be its own brand. If you take a look at the marketing, you're going to take a look at the product that is coming out. So far, the 3 sleds that are being brought to Canada do not compete with anything really in our segment. They are segment fillers of things that perhaps we didn't offer. So I think that's going to really respond and be the answer to other people who perhaps did not consider Skidoo or BRP. And now we'll be on the consideration list, I think. It's not really affecting XRS sales or backcountry sales. So far, it has not demonstrated that at all. I think it's just a nice add-on. If anything, it's bringing people from other brands that didn't want to ride Skidoo. Now I'm not riding a Skidoo, I'm riding a Lynx, right? Yeah. So, but those diehard Skidoo guys, like a Neil Owen, for example, who is an evangelist for the brand, as far as I'm concerned, those are the type of people who, they want to ride something very unique and very special. That they'll gravitate to that because they get it. So yeah, it's at my store has not affected. I'm shocked at the Boondocker volume we're doing, but I'm not the one who's going to be riding a Boondocker. It's just not for me. It's not the type of sled I'd be riding. But it's okay. These people are going some places, and that's pretty cool. I think the name is really cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, you're asking the question, what's the average age of the Mach Z buyers? Much older, but on the Boondocker, much younger, much younger.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a sled where you want to be standing up riding it too the whole time. It's hard to sit down on it, you know, like it's I think if you're going to sit down and hug the trail all day, it's probably not the sled for you. If you like to stand up and ride it, give her, you know, it's an awesome, fun experience, you know, when you if you're aggressive like that.
Yeah.
People are definitely a lot more open-minded to it too. Like Jean-Luc was saying, when I told people I was buying a Skidoo, some of the players and cat guys were kind of, you could tell they were taken back. When I tell people I'm getting a Lynx, everyone's excited. Like almost everyone I've told is excited. So it's definitely a good thing for BRP.
No, for sure. Yeah. You did a awesome. That was an awesome move for them.
Yeah.
Now, question, Jean-Luc, can you guys start selling sleds over there now that it's been, or is that been brought up? Like, I'm on a business standpoint, I'm wondering how that would work. Like,
what do you mean over there? Oh,
well, can you send models? Yeah, can you send models over to Europe and Finland to sell now that they're coming here? I'm just wondering. I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't know what BRP will do. I can tell you, as a dealer, we can't. In fact, any Canadian dealer cannot sell outside of Canada. We can't.
Oh, okay.
And that this is true for any model. And the reason for that is pretty simple, and I think people will understand, is as a dealer, when I got the franchise, I signed what we call a dealer sales and service agreement. In it, I commit myself to do certain things for BRP, being image standards and so on. And BRP commits to me that they're going to do the marketing in my market in Canada and so on, and provide me with parts and this and that. They're also protecting me in my market. Now, if I was to be an outlaw dealer and sell outside into the United States, for example, and it'd be easy for Americans to come up and buy sleds from us because of the dollar, right? The foreign exchange is very attractive, but that would penalize the dealer, the local dealer, right? So it's not really fair for that dealer. So each dealer has its signed agreement, and it protects them. But for that reason, we cannot export anywhere in the world, but within our country only.
No, what I was meaning, sorry, I probably should have worded it different. What I'm saying is BRP, are they going to start selling their Skidoo units over in Finland? I would think it would be only fair. Like, you're going to bring Lynx into Canada and North America.
Yeah,
there might be certain models that I think BRP would introduce to Lynx dealers over there. That's what I was
I think
I apologize for not answering the question, but I don't know what their plans are. In Finland, obviously, much smaller country, right? So, you know, and Lynx is, I mean, the people there. My neighbor in front is from Finland.
Yes,
and I chatted with him, and he was just, "What? It's here now? I couldn't believe it." Yeah. But it's a huge brand over there.
Right.
So I think it'd be tough for Skidoo to make to kind of muscle its way into that market. And I don't know whether or not maybe they will. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah. But I know that José Boisjoli, the CEO of BRP, it was his dream and mission to bring that brand here.
Yes, he said that in the that's right. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know whether, like Bruce Stewart says, no groomed trails, whether some of the BRP models would even be suited for over there either, too. You never know.
Yeah.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
You know, it is. Yeah. That's good.
Hey,
cool.
Gary, I see that Rush Fan says Lynx isn't like GMC and Chevy trucks. The answer is absolutely no, it's not. I don't know what he's referring to. Isn't it not just a different badge? It's not. There's some components that are very similar, for sure. The track is made of the same rubber, you know, it's rubber, but and it's black. But other than that, you know, like the engine, the heart, maybe the same. The dynamic of the sleds, mainly because of suspension and skis.
Well, the engine and the chassis is identical, though. You're just
absolutely,
yeah. And the rear suspension is different. Yeah,
but when you're on it, it automatically, and Rev Rider can talk to this, and so can Corey Brock and Gary.
Yeah.
Once you sit on it, the riding position,
The ergonomics,
is
yeah.
vastly different.
Yeah.
And as such, you ride it differently.
Right. Yeah.
The tunnel isn't the same. Is it the front end? The actual platform isn't the same. It shares the A arms and Raz X.
It's a G4, Gary. It's a G4.
It's a G4
chassis.
yeah.
It's a G4 chassis, buddy.
Is it? Okay, I thought they had to modify that tunnel to fit the shock up under there.
The rear suspension's different. The plastics and all that's different. I mean, you can see the pyramidal frame is identical. It's just it's hidden on the skidoos.
It is. It's hidden. You're
it's
right.
The same.
Yeah.
It's the G4
sure.
chassis. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Jean-Luc's saying, it's different. You know what? It's similar. It's like the Axis and the Matrix. It's the exact same chassis. Just the ergonomics have completely changed. So your riding positions on it's different. The rear suspension is different. It's a whole different animal. Yeah. But it is the same chassis and
different. Different running boards. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It is. I thought the tunnel was different. It's the running boards are changed. Like it may be stamped in the same, but it's different. It's not
up level more. So
it's not like they went boom, take the plastics off a G4 and stick Lynx plastics. It's not. It's different.
Which is what I ignorantly thought originally when it came over. I thought it was just plastics, but for anybody that hasn't looked yet, look at our motion out of the sled and look at that PPS 3 out of the sled. It's a wildly different looking suspension, and that's what really sold me on it.
Yeah. And it changes everything. It really, really does.
Yeah. And how it mounts to the tunnel. Like that's the thing. It's not a Gen 4 with a different shock package. Yeah. It's totally not. Yeah. And it's evident. We had the XRS and the Lynx side by side, and it's a different animal. And like I said, it does look big when you see it in videos. And I don't know whether it's just me or whatever, or camera adding 20 pounds, but it's a very small, compact sled. I love it.
Yeah, I like it a lot in person.
I like the front end of it. It looks like it's smiling at you.
Yeah, it does. It's a Cheshire cat. Yeah, for sure.
Now that there's a lot of people, people that didn't know that Lynx existed for so long. So, some people, it's new to them, right?
Yeah.
They thought, and this I thought this was pretty cute, but they came to the store thinking, "Did you guys introduce the name so you can compete with Articat?" and awesome. So I thought it was pretty cute. But when you start digging into it, the history of Lynx is very, very long, very long.
Oh yeah. I tried to watch their history video. They have like a 5-part video, but it's not in English. So unfortunately, I did not know what was going on.
Yeah. That's cool. So Bobby, is the delivery, I imagine the delivery would be the same, right? Because it's coming over from Finland. Like I imagine, maybe
a window just like when I ordered my Skidoo, and they said they had October or November left, and I'm forever going to go with the earliest window I can from now on.
Perfect.
So I went with October. The deposit, at least in the States, is bigger. So the deposit was $1,000 for the Lynx, whereas other than the Mach Z, all the Skidoos are $500. So that was a surprise, but not the end of the world.
Yeah,
it's the same for us. Yeah, it's $1,000 for Lynx and Mach, and $500 for everything else.
Yeah,
that's cool. But like you said, the deliveries will be, I imagine they'd be bang on with all the other product coming in, right? Like from Skidoo.
Yeah. Let's hope so. They had a big picture of all the raves coming off the line. So who knows? They might already be starting them for all we know.
True. Yeah.
Usually the production for Skidoo will start around, I think, May, June.
Nice.
That's wild, eh?
Off, and the earliest we can get them is July.
Yeah. They start coming in. Yeah, you start seeing them on the highway. You start seeing the Skidoos, the BRP crates on the highway. You're like, "Ooh, yeah, giddy up! It's happening."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This season flew by. I'll tell you, I can't believe it's already over.
Oh, crazy! It was a weird season too.
It was.
I don't know. It was awesome, but weird. Right, is the best way to sum it up. But
we had very consistent snow in the middle, but
yeah.
There's the PPS skid right there, boys. Oh, what happened there? Got the chats up. There's look at, like, even the mounting is different on it.
Yeah, and that's actually, so that's the mountain one. The trail one, that shock doesn't even mount to the front arm. It mounts up into the top of the tunnel. It's even more different. So,
Jean-Luc,
it's like the Polaris switch. The original Polaris switchbacks had a shock like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Who had a shock like that was the Yamaha. Yamaha was identical back 20 years ago to that horizontal shock.
Yeah, I forget what they call it, the mono something.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Mono shock, yeah.
Mono shocks, yeah, dude.
Jean-Luc, in regards to the Mach Z, a fellow was asking in here, where was it here? BRP, the spring order, 2 weeks, or no, sorry, that's not it. Where did I see it was in the Mach? It was in regards to the Mach Z. Why was it only offered for a year? Do you know, Jean-Luc? I guess just to keep the...
Yeah, and this is why I think, and I'm not a futurist, or I'm not reading crystal ball or anything like that, but I do believe there'll be more unique models like this. There'll be special edition, one time only. I think it brings the mystique back to snowmobiling. It's a great year to do it. So I wouldn't be surprised that they'll do it again with other models that were very popular. Perhaps a Blair Morgan edition. I don't know. We'll see.
Really? That would be awesome.
That would be nice.
Yeah, and I see a question. Why did BRP end the spring programs 2 weeks earlier this year, prior to years and other OEMs? It's tough to say, and I'm going to absolutely guess here. They shortened it to create a sense of urgency. Absolutely. They knew they had a lot of big news coming out with Lynx, Mach Z, Smart Shocks. All that stuff takes a lot of planning, and every week in the production cycle is critical. Having worked on the corporate side, manufacturing side before, every day, every week is super precious. So I think that with all the news they've got, they needed to know quickly what they needed to produce so they can produce it on time. So the sleds can arrive as early as July, September, October, and November, and so on. So the planning is exceptional. And people may not understand this, but on a Sea-Doo, the average Sea-Doo takes about 714 suppliers to bring their widgets and all the stuff to put one Sea-Doo together. Wow. Ski-Doo is probably not far behind, maybe in the 600. I'm not sure. I don't have the exact number. But to bring all these suppliers in harmony onto an assembly plant, shipped on time, quality, and all that stuff, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So those 2 weeks are super precious, and I think they probably did it to deliver. There's no doubt the sense of urgency. They wanted to be out of the gate first with big news, and I think if and I'm being humble when I say this, versus the other manufacturer, I think this year they won the big news segment for sure. They came out with a big fanfare. I wouldn't be surprised if next year it's going to continue. This is just the beginning for Lynx.
Yeah,
that's good.
See their version of the backcountry come over.
What's that, Bobby?
See their version of the backcountry come over, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's like the Boondocker RE 3700, I think it's called.
Yeah, 4100, I think.
Yeah, it might be that. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's a full line. They've got 600R in them and everything. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. And good colors.
They got some pretty cool colors. They got some very different colors, right? Stuff that we wouldn't see down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think one day there'll be a standalone Lynx dealer network in Canada and the US?
I can't see that simply because you need other products to be able to survive as a dealer. Yeah. I think it's a nice complementary product. I see it a little bit more like, and I'm not saying that Lynx is better than Ski-Doo is, but in the car world, you're familiar with Toyota, Lexus, Nissan, Infiniti, those types of co-branding. So as a dealer, it's really nice to have other offerings. And now we're playing in almost every segment that is out there. So now you have an answer and an opportunity for every segment in the marketplace. I think that's really, really, really exciting. I can't see a dealer putting a banner that says Lynx only.
Yeah.
you couldn't do the volume that is needed. It's expensive
to pay your
operate.
bills and your overhead alone. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a great compliment to the BRP dealership, but for sure. Yeah.
G Money wants to know, is it only available in red this year?
That is correct. Yeah. The red is the intro hero color. I like it as a Canadian. I like it. I'm sorry it doesn't come in red, white, and blue, Rev. But I think certainly for us in Canada, it's for the first year, for the inaugural year, it's a sexy color and it looks stunning. The lines on it, the color schemes, they've done a great job at it. So I'm really, really pleased with it.
Oh yeah.
That's good, Bob. You let the cat out of the bag, bud. I'm glad.
Yeah, share it.
Awesome,
is red traditionally like the Lynx color? I don't. You know how Skidoo is yellow and all that.
It's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. If you take a look at their website, go to brp.com and click on links, which is what the moment that the links came out of the cat was out of the bag, I went at night and looked at the other offerings they had, and you can kind of see some models and colors that will probably they'll migrate to us at some point, I would think. There's some exciting stuff there for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's cool.
We lost
Jumpman Jay needs the links for sure. He's confused of what to buy. So, yeah.
If you want something special, you gotta go links.
Yeah, for sure. First upgrade to the Rave RE is LED bulbs. Brap, Gary, LOL.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Contact Gary. He'll get
LED is great.
motojungle.ca, man. Get there. And we'll hook you up. For sure. Oh, that's cool. So what else is new? What else have you been doing? You guys must be getting pumped for boating season and stuff, or is it all snowmobiles right now and no time for anything else?
Well, we're selling everything right now. It's this month is the month where we are doing spring orders. Sea-Doo are beginning to leave the store, so we're building those. ATVs are picking up again, side by side again, on-road spiders and Rikers. We got boats, fishing boats, and pontoons as well. So it's a perfect storm. Everything is kind of coming together, and it's exceptionally difficult for the team. I'm very lucky. I've got a lot of really great employees. My team has grown quite a bit in the last year, but I'm lucky to have the guys and girls that I have. Today being International Women's Day, I salute to all the ladies who work for me, and they're absolutely awesome. They keep all of us boys in line, which is great. But yeah, we're selling everything, Gary. Rikers, spiders. The on-road movement is on for sure right now. And I think with the pandemic, a lot of people last year missed out on Sea-Doos and bikes, and this year I think they're saying enough's enough. I'm going to do something. I can't travel. I'm going to do something with my time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I heard, Jean-Luc, I don't know if this is true or not. I heard that the Sea-Doos are sold out all over the place. Like a lot of dealers are already sold out.
Yeah. I've been sold out since November.
It's insane.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing to have happen, but
Yeah, I mean, we could fulfill so many more. But the production capacity is where it's at. I mean, BRP has done an outstanding job at increasing their capacity as much as they can, but there's a limit to what you can put out in 24 hours. They're running 3 shifts. They're pushing real hard. There comes a point where you may affect quality, and so you got to be careful. It's a fine line.
Yeah.
And you got to ship this stuff to Canada as well. Now, obviously, when we are in summer and all our Sea-Doos have been delivered, they are now producing for the other markets elsewhere in the world, right?
Right.
So this is a 24/7, 365 days a year. So the complexity is definitely there. But yeah,
we got the supplier issues too, right? Like every manufacturer, it doesn't matter who it is, automotive, recreation business, everybody's having supplier issues. Everybody. Yeah. So
yeah, well, a lot of that stuff, people don't quite realize it, but BRP, like Toyota, Nissan, Honda, other brands, we call them manufacturer, but they're really assemblers. Yeah. They definitely design the product. They do the architecture, the engineering, and all that stuff. But then they go to the suppliers to design all the pieces, and then they finally assemble them.
Right.
But yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff that is short in terms of chips. There's a chip that's worldwide. It's missing. It's affecting F-150, GMC, Ram trucks, all these trucks. It's affecting a lot of cars because it comes out of the same supplier.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's insane.
Wow. Yeah.
Insane.
Everybody's scrambled and scooped up everything. I heard camping. You can't get a campsite to save your life. People are buying
crazy
basically every weekend they can get and just dumping what they don't use, and they'll take the 20% hit, you know, just for the sake of being able to get it. So it's like buying concert tickets, you know, you know, it's like, who cares, whatever. Yeah. But I mean, you'd spend 25, 30 grand on a vacation or a couple of vacations each year, a normal family, right? And now they can't go anywhere. So, you know what, I think I'll buy a sled or a bike or a side-by-side, that type of thing. So
yeah,
it's good. It is good. But
yeah, big numbers, but yeah, a lot of fun. But thank you for coming on the show here today, Jean-Luc. That's awesome.
Thanks for having me again, Gary. It was great to ride with you the other week, and you know, if you can find some snow and you need to stop by the shop, the sleds are available.
That's awesome.
You know, and if you want, you just all you got to do is promise me you're going to go to a place where there's enough snow. That's all.
Not riding on the road. Right?
Yeah. I'm hoping I can get up north one more time, and it won't be like this weekend's going to be tough with the weather they're getting, but they say next week the snow machine's going to turn back on. So we'll see what happens. That'd be great. I'd love to spend some more time on both those sleds and really get a feel for them. I missed it going to Perry Sound this weekend. It would have been nice to have either one, the XRS or the Lynx. It would have been awesome to see how they both handled in those conditions. I got to see what the 583 handled like, and now it's just a matter of seeing what the real machines handle like.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have a great night. I'm going to leave you here. And Gary, I'm working on a sweet trade for you.
Nice. Thank you. Hey, listen, Jean-Luc for Soda Pop 20 says Jean-Luc for Canadian PM. Sled Alex says awesome show tonight. Great show from some Zach. Mark Bo says great show tonight. Thanks, Jean-Luc. Dominator 286 says thanks. And yeah, everybody. So yep, that's awesome.
Thanks for having me, guys.
No problem.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Just want to remind everyone, if you're somewhere and you got a Skidoo dealer, support your local dealer. They need it. Over the years, they've helped you with your hockey team, baseball team, and all that stuff. Support local if you can. If you want to buy from us, awesome. Absolutely, we'll be there for you. But thank you very much for tonight.
Yeah, energypowersports.ca if you want to reach out to them. And yeah, thanks again for your time tonight, John. I know Jean-Luc. I know you're very busy, and we really appreciate you hopping in here on a whim. It was neat to see you pop up when you did. It was perfect timing. So
very good. Thanks, everyone. Be good.
Yeah. Jean-Luc, they say you got to get Gary on a Gen 4.
Believe me, he's working on it. There's been a few guys come out of the woodwork.
You'll get some trades. Maybe something comes in there, Gary. You know what I mean?
Well, there's one sled I fell in love with, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. But my heart was broken today. I'll just say that.
So what model was it? You don't have to say who, but what model was it? You got to share that at least. Bobby just let the cat out of the bag. Come on. What model was it that you were looking at? Be honest.
It was a 600R. It was a 2020 600R. Yeah, nice. It was very, very nice. So, but Gary is my sled up for sale. Now, Roscoe, the 50 edition is up for sale. It's on Kijiji right now. I've got to get more pictures of it. I've had a few people that have asked about it. I just said I want to send you more pictures, and then so you can see how nice the shape this thing's in, and away we go. And yeah, so once I get more pictures, it'll and if it doesn't sell in the fall, then it doesn't sell. So we'll get her done. Yeah. Yep. So, but yeah, no, it's all good. My universe is open, to a couple of different sleds. So we'll see what happens. Maybe nothing will happen. So I don't really care one way or another.
It's meant to be, buddy. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I've got good friends and good family and good health. And that's That's all that's important right now, right?
Yep, absolutely. And you're out riding anyways, and that's the important thing.
For
so.
sure. Yeah.
Good, man.
Slow B says, Bobby, at some point we're going to cross paths. Slow B, we got to get you up here, buddy.
Yeah.
I was just telling Odie, the sledding car guy, about it too. So Corey Brock, Gary's poor broken heart. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Cried for an hour and then, and then I'm over it. Right. And Marco says, no, he's not. Broken heart, he meant. Yeah. That's the plan. Rich says, that's cool. Yeah, well, we want to end this up, or we got more pictures that have come in? Let me just take a peek and see.
You got more pictures, you might as well. We're getting to the end of the season, right?
Yeah.
So, Gary, we've had a bunch of people asking here. I've been saying it, but hopefully we're doing the show until the end of March, right? We were saying?
Yeah, the end of March. We'll wind her down the end of March.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe we'll come back in the summertime for a surprise. Who knows, right?
Yeah. Bobby gets a sled in June or July. Comes over from Finland, right? Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Do you know people that have a Yamaha Viper, and how do they like them? Thanks a bunch. Daniel Raymaker, yes. I actually have a video on my channel of a Yamaha SR Viper that I rode. It's a different animal. I mean, does anyone out there own a Viper? Comment and let us know how you like it. I can't speak from experience because I didn't ride long enough. Muskoka Mike sold his, so he loved it the short time he had it, but there was reasons he sold it as well. And I just went to another gas station, and here's his comment about it, because we were filling up for gas. I've got it on video, so I'm going to post it, but it won't be for a month or so. Because I haven't gotten any of my ride videos up this year. But he was yelling at his buddy with a Gen 4 saying they were talking numbers. He was going like 11 grand. And the guy's going, no, 12. And then he's going 9. And then the guy goes, no, 12. So this guy in the Gen 4 has a sled for sale. And this guy with the SR Viper was wanting to buy it. And then I ran over and said, don't you know COVID pricing? That Gen 4 is worth $17,000 easily. And then the guy was laughing, and the guy that owned the Gen 4, and then we got talking. I said, my buddy had the same sled with a turbo and everything. He goes, yep. And he goes, I'm getting rid of it. This is my second engine. I bought a 4-stroke because I wanted reliability, and it's not there. And it's like, I'm going, I see that so much, people that buy the 4-strokes and think they're going to own them for 6 years, and then they're selling them in 2 years. And it doesn't matter what brand it is. You see it all over the place, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, Mark Bo says he's got a video of an LXR with the Yamaha 1049cc. So there you go. Yeah, but
did you
comment
see that video, the guy on the Skidoo that he's got done up, and it was going, I think it was down near Old Forge,
Big Moose Lake.
Bobby, do you see him?
Ripping on it. Yeah. It was a 1200. It was obviously set up for drag racing, and he was just riding it on the back of the track.
Yeah, crazy, man.
Yeah. Mark Bo said, so true, Gary. He did that. He bought a 4-stroke thinking he's going to keep it forever, and now he's on a 2-stroke 600 and loves it. So yeah, it's
like the 4-strokes are good, and that's what I was trying to say that tonight. Like I mean, that's just my personal opinion when I rode the do, and it doesn't matter whether it's a do or a cat or whatever. I'm not a 4-stroke guy yet, right?
Yeah.
So that's not to say when they come out with something that's lighter or whatever, then I will. But I don't care what anyone says. When you got an extra 45 pounds in the front end, you feel it.
Yeah.
You can't cut that out, man. You feel it.
When we were talking about power steering, that's what I was thinking. When you get it in a 4-stroke, and like now the Arctic Cat chassis is pretty heavy on the skis in general. So
yeah,
between being a 4-stroke and that, like I saw an old Polaris, I forget what they called them, but they were those 750 4-stroke turbos. They made them for a little while. One went to go by me, and he slowed down, and there was so much ski pressure that he couldn't get going again because the track was spinning on just flat ground on ice. Like,
oh, was that the was it Cat that made those it was for the park, for the national park. They made like 25 of them, and they were like yeah. That's crazy.
Tony Cat, he sent us in a picture last minute. Nice. He says great shot.
I saw that on Instagram. That's a great picture.
Yeah. It's his kid's new sled. He's got another picture here. We'll put that.
That's awesome, man.
The kid's having a blast.
That is awesome.
Yeah. There's a trail that's on the way to Dorset, Rich, and you go between these cottages, and there's a guy, and he's got a little 120 Mini Z always sitting right on the trail. It's like, and the dad sled and the kid sled. I'm thinking, that is awesome. It's right on the lake. It'd be like the trail goes between the cottage, and you're on a lake. It'd be like, that kid must be living the dream, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that. That's awesome.
It is fun, man. When you get them on it, they love it. Yeah. My son used to love following us around, man, on his easy 120. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. That's sweet. He's doing some Blair Morgan tricks there, eh?
He's gonna do a heel clicker.
Yeah, that's what he's practicing. Just like Tony Cat. I love it. I love it. That's cool. Awesome. Yeah, that's the only last minute photo that we had come in. So
nice.
Well, let's wind this down. Thank you everybody for watching and commenting, and thank you for the support with the super chats. That's dynamite. Really, really appreciate that. And we'll keep rocking, and we'll see you next Monday night at 7 p.m. Now, are you riding, Rich, or is that kind of in the wing right now?
Well, we're up in the air. Like I said, it'll be weather dependent. We'll see how. So tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday is going to be stupid mild. Tomorrow and Wednesday is going to be like 12 degrees and rain. So we'll base it on that. The guys I'm going with, they got people that live up in Cochrane, and if it's a go, we'll be leaving. Well, and mind you also too, my buddy's selling his sled, but he's up in the air right now.
Yeah, well, with rain, it might not move too fast, right? So
yeah, well, that's the thing too, right? But up there, I mean, you look after Wednesday night, it's going down to -17, -20 up there in the night, and then high of -2 during the day. So I'm hoping to get one more ride, because if we go for 4 days, I'll put on another 1,300 kilometers probably around there.
Yeah.
So
you don't have enough K on your sled yet, buddy. You got to get out.
You know what? 2,800 kilometers, Gary, and there's no doubt I didn't ride enough. But you know what? Those 2,800 kilometers I did, 1,300 in Quebec, up in Sudbury trail. You know what? I got some good quality riding in. Like I wasn't, running through mud and shit and stuff like that. But but could I've got more? Absolutely, for sure. You could never get enough riding in, as far as I'm concerned. But so
that's awesome.
But hopefully we get in, and we'll see. And like you said, maybe the snow machine will kick back up in a week, and then I'll be able to ride again up north. Who knows?
Yeah, if the lakes are open, we might get some snow in southern Ontario too. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure. Well, if that happens, we'll get out again for sure, Gary.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get out. We didn't get out yet. I want a real ride.
I know. Well, we did the one day, and it wasn't enough, right?
Yeah.
So
we will.
Yeah.
Mark Bo says that's not enough, but good trips. What's wrong with mud?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Someone told me I needed to change on Facebook that I need to change the channel name. It's not fitting to what we do, because they don't obviously watch my channel, and it's like. Yeah, it is. If you watch some of the videos, we are definitely in the mud. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Bobby, so how about you, bud? Is it toast down there or not yet? The fat lady hasn't sung yet.
Fat lady has sung. We got 3 days of 50 coming, and I mean, the trails were okay this weekend, but I don't think they can survive that unless we get a big storm and some cold. Probably it for the season. So
yeah, which is possible because the ground's still frozen. Even though we're going to get these 3 or 4 mild days, degrees of mild days, if you get lake effect, Bobby, which will probably happen because the water's opened up again, you get a cold blast, which could happen in the next 2 or 3 weeks. You might get a couple more. You might get a couple more weekends of riding, and you never know.
I want one more. I wanted to get 1,000 miles on this season, and I'm not hitting it. So one more ride would be perfect.
Bobby, are you trying to tell me that there isn't even any snow in Tug Hill?
I think up on top of the hill you'd be all right, but they're actually closing all the connecting trails right now between Tug Hill and Old Forge, so things are definitely great.
Wow. Yeah. So, that's cool. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna go and I got some videos to catch up on. Zook XRS, the Zook RS.
Yeah. That's a nice looking sled, man. He improved as far as I'm concerned. The Zook Morgan was awesome, but that XRS, I think was it Gary that found it? Found it for him?
I haven't watched any. Honestly, I haven't watched anything. There's so many videos, sled addicts, and I watch Mark Bowe's video, and that's the last video I've watched, and that was like 3 nights ago.
Yeah,
right?
Things in mint, man. So
yeah. No, that's cool. Anyway, I got to I have to run before my son starts gaming, and then we lose the feed totally. But
all right,
thanks,
bud.
Bobby. Congrats on the links, buddy.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, Bobby.
I'm excited.
That's exciting. Thanks for sharing it. You knew that if you didn't share it, that come August, Rich was going to let it out of the bag by mistake.
Oh, you know that.
Make
You
it
know
to
that.
Are you kidding me? Jeez.
You don't want to go through that again, do you?
No.
That's all right.
And thanks again to Energy Powersports, John Luke, Lemire, energypowersports.ca. And also people were asking me about the COVID masks. Yes, I'm still printing them like crazy.
And they're awesome quality. Gary.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Stuff like this.ca/masks. Get it on there. If you want anything custom, let me know. And again, the O2 wraps, I'm so far behind in them because I've got a few orders that I got to get out. And
nice.
So it's going good. Everybody's gunning for me to upgrade. So it's just a matter of moving some of this stuff, and we can make it happen. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we won't make it happen. We'll see. But yeah, it's time. I'd like an XS even. I'm happy with that. So we'll see what happens. It's cool. Okay. Stay tuned, boys. I'm going to run the credits here. Thanks a lot,
Sounds
fans,
good,
for watching, and thanks for your support. And we'll see you guys next Monday night, 7 p.m.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
It's a journey.